Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast. Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that all
No, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
So we are back. We are horned up, and we are going deep.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses, ran into you guys, and that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Dan Powers, over here on the sticks. His edits of our Italian food reviews could get us on the Food Channel. Agree.
That was
legitimately.
the goal.
Evan, how are we, baby?
We're doing fan-flippantastic.
Come on. And then over here to my left, a guy I would normally make fun of, but not today. Because, believe it or not, he is getting married. Chris Powers.
J-Bone is getting married.
Bum, bum, ba, bum.
What an idiot. What an idiot. You're not proposing, are you?
Dude, that would have been funny, your gift. The over-under of the Frank the Tank gifts I was sent yesterday
Really?
was very high.
That's
Very
pretty
high.
sweet.
Everybody.
Who sent it first?
Good question. I got to go through. Dude, I have, not to fucking brag, but I have a lot of unanswered texts
I
that I
believe
got to
that.
get through today.
I believe that. I got a lot of, I posted, Sandra put up a lovely post, and I shared the post, and I got a lot of DMs of people mad at you for finding out through a social media post.
What am I supposed to do? Go texting everybody?
That's what I'm saying. I'm actually on your team.
What am I going to go? I got to go text everyone?
You don't text anyone ever.
Ever. I don't text you anyway.
Yeah.
Dude.
Nope.
Also, I had a thought that do guys, I don't like rings, like the literal thing of them, to the point that I was like, I might even get a tattoo of a wedding ring. Because I'm like, I don't like it on my finger.
Careful with that. Apparently the ring tats fade pretty easily. Something about it being like on your hand.
Yeah. We get a touch
maybe
up.
it's
you
with
do a celebratory touch up every
any of the
5
tat people. Let us know. I think hand tat. I don't know. Tons of people have hand tats.
I think it's because you're exposed to the sun a lot.
And also, you're probably like washing your hands a lot and doing stuff with your hands. That can't help, right? That doesn't.
Why do you not like rings?
I don't know. I find them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find them uncomfortable.
Sure.
Afraid of getting your finger ripped off? Like
yeah.
those guys
I'm like,
that work at like.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So
can happen.
I was like, I certainly don't want a ring ever. But I was like, oh man, I wish guys got something in this moment in your life. Like the girl has a ring on now, and she's like showing all her friends and stuff. And like, why don't I get like a sick watch? Like, how come they're not like, boom.
That my wife gave me a sick watch,
Yeah.
but that was a wedding day gift though.
Okay.
That's tradition. I think they do get you some kind of gift.
I want an engagement watch. I want to be like, boom. And then it should be a thing though. Like every guy at a bar, like I want it to be like a bunch of girls out at the bar, and they see you out there and they're like, oh my God, he's so hot. And then they look down and they go, fuck, watch.
He's got an engagement cock ring on.
Yeah. Or the reverse, Oh my, like looking at the bulge and they go, no ring.
When I propose to Alice, I get a ring as well. It's
Really?
like a Swedish thing. Like throughout our engagement, I will also be wearing a
See,
ring.
that's what I'm screaming. I don't want
But
a
you
ring.
don't want it.
Yeah. I want something.
Maybe, what if you did you put the ring on your necklace? That'd be cool.
Oh, like Frodo.
Be like Frodo.
Sorry.
Then all of
As
a
you
sudden,
get closer to marriage,
then
you
all
can
of
be
a
like,
sudden
it
it
speaks
starts
to me.
sucking his life force
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
He looks like an absolute
You
gremlin.
gotta carry him up the mountain.
And people are like, man, I don't think Chris is that happy about getting married. But we're like, well, it's
just take the ring
actually,
off. So, like on the wedding day. No, that's the thing. You take the ring off on
and then all of a
wedding day,
sudden
you're like, oh, God's the best day of my
you
life.
look so much younger again. Yeah, there you go.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. We need
Give me a ring on this necklace.
I mean, listen, it's I say a lot. Men need. I get flowers every single week. Every Monday, I go to the grocery store and I buy flowers and I put them in my apartment.
No shit.
I do.
Wow.
I think they smell nice. I think they look nice, and I'm heavy on give men flowers more.
Yeah.
Flowers are lovely. There is nothing. There is something feminine about flowers, but there's nothing exclusive about flowers being a female thing.
Totally.
We can have them too. They're great. So let's get you an engagement jewelry.
Get me a ring for my necklace.
You could do a ring. You're a big bracelet guy.
I love a bracelet.
What if you did an engagement bracelet?
Okay.
And it's just it's a nice silver bracelet, and it says
Engage.
"Back off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what
There you
I
go.
want. All right, I'm in.
There we go.
Engagement bracelet, done.
Got a big episode coming for you. We've got Hot Ice, NHL stuff's back. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got the trade deadline on Friday. We've got Mark Streit on the podcast, Stanley Cup champion, Swiss legend, and now watchmaker.
Watchmaking legend.
Unbelievable.
Kind of Olympic legend, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I mean, he's genuinely a Swiss legend.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Can't wait for you to hear that. We're going to get into some fun Not Ice stuff, beer league hotlines. Let's get it cracking in Hot Ice. Jim Hiller's been fired.
Go Kings, go. This is one.
Is that a good PR move? Whenever there's like a terrible announcement, you just throw in your team's tagline, try to distract it.
Yeah.
Jim Hiller fired. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
And everyone's like, yeah, all right. Yeah, DJ Smith taking over as the interim head coach. This is now the back-to-back Kings coach firings where the interim takes over. We'll see if that works, or if this should have been a situation where maybe we had Pete DeBoer waiting in the wings. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
So this is why this is interesting to me, because I think we had an enlightening conversation that I can't reveal the sources, but we had an enlightening conversation about how overreactionary sports teams can be.
Yes.
Sports franchises can be with, we didn't win the cup this year, let's fire the coach. And it's like, is he a good coach? Because if he is, just keep him. Like, they don't need to be firing people left and right just because of an immediate coin flip. So I'm now framing my brain around stuff like that, where I go, maybe keep guys. But also, we've seen way, way earlier firings that I actually was like, that was kind of crazy. And then it completely turned a season around. Read the Edmonton Oilers 2 years ago, or whatever. To the point that the timing of this firing is what I find weird. It's not, and we never want anyone to lose our jobs on the show. We never say that. I didn't want Jim Hiller to be fired, but if we're firing him, I cannot believe we took this long to fire him.
I agree. We are a positivity and goofy and silly boy podcast, but I will be slightly spicy here and say, I think that this had to happen.
Yep.
Never want someone to lose their job, but I think that this had to happen. I think with everything going on with the Kings, with it being Kopi's last year, how much talent is on their team that's not performing as they should, I'm kind of like, we need a new system in here. Could not agree with you more that I am utterly shocked that this happened in fucking March.
Dude, when I got the alert, I was like, this is a mistake.
I was in the building, the practice facility in, I think it was November or December. And it was after a stretch where I was like, he will surely be fired.
Yeah.
I mean,
they lose this game.
I can't remember the last time that a team was talking about firing their coach for such a long time.
Yeah.
And then did it. I mean, it's shocking that it happened this late, but I know a lot of Kings fans are going too little too late. I don't think that that's true. I think I was looking at the standings today, and the Oilers are third in the Pacific with 66 points, and the Kings have 2 games in hand on them. So if the Kings win 2 games in a row, they are tied for third in the Pacific. Like it is definitely not too little too late.
Don't you think it would have made more sense to fire him before the Olympic break? Then you have 2-3 weeks to get the coaching staff up to date. I mean, why do it at the end
This is what I'm
of
saying.
the break?
I cannot fathom this decision, the timing of the decision. The decision, I support. But I'm like,
You also had that week where guys were on the ice practicing. The last week of the Olympics, guys were back practicing, and you could have had a new coach there to do that, but instead you come back and lose an absolute shitstorm performance against Vegas, and then you get pistol whipped by Edmonton. Like, it was
what are those? Yeah, so they lose to Vegas at home
in like such a bad game.
Yeah, pistol whipped by Edmonton, beat Calgary, and then they go, you're fired.
Yeah.
And I go, what, dude?
I mean, it's classic. It was the same thing with Jim Montgomery in Boston. It was like they lost a couple games, then won a good one. It's like the decisions made before the Calgary game.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, had to happen. I understand it's almost even harder probably to hire a new coach this late in the game.
Yeah.
It's like that's probably why I think it's so crazy that you waited this long, because now you're in March and you're asking a guy like Pete DeBoer, like, yo, do you want to be the coach of the Kings now? And he's like, it's March. What are you talking about? I just planned a Greece trip. Yeah. Like, what? Are you nuts? So it's like, I feel like any eligible coach is probably like, they were almost like, no, this is so late in the game, I'm going to wait till the end of the season or something. But
I'll have plenty more options.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for the Kings here that make this crazy to me is we obviously see Todd McClellan doing well now, but I think the issue with the Kings is the system. I think it's way too defensive of a system. I think it's way too neutral and cautious of a system. When you have guys, we've talked about this with the Kings, and I know we have injuries, but I'm going to include the injured players. When you pre-Panarin trade have guys like Kevin Fiala, like Anja Kopitar, like Adrian Kempe, like Trevor Moore, Andrei Kuzmenko, Quinton Byfield, Alex Laferriere. You've got guys on defense like Drew Doughty and Brant Clark who can all contribute offensively very, very well. Trevor Moore is like a 30-goal scorer.
Did it.
And you've just got every single one of these dudes playing Fogle too. Daddy as well. You've got every one of these dudes playing such a cautious defensive style of like neutral zone trap hockey. That is what needs to change, because this team needs to score goals. We've talked about it. Their defense is pretty good this year. They don't give up a lot of goals. Kemper's great. They need to score. So you hire the coach and then go, the associate coach is now the head coach. And I'm always like, how much is possibly going to change? This is a guy who is in this coaching department.
Yep.
Is he going to go, I've actually hated every single thing that was going on. I'm going to flip this shit on its head.
He could.
He could.
He could be like, I've been sitting here screaming, pulling my hair
chomping at the bit, dude.
Yep.
Waiting for, I'm like I'm a horny caged dog. Let me out. Let me start humping. Maybe. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if that's going to happen.
I just think too that it's the Devils of the early 2000s were playing that trap shit, and different league then obviously, but they were winning. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I know it's hard. It's hard to win a cup, but it's like, I'm sure Patrick Elias could have scored way more goals if he was in a different system, but it didn't matter because they were winning cups.
Yes. And also a different league. Like it was a different game.
But this Kings team has been pumped in the first round for the last decade straight. Yeah. So I'm like, you're not winning. Like, do something different.
Do me a favor and say that again for the people who are listening in their car and not totally paying attention. Say that playoff stat.
The Kings have been pumped in the first round for the last decade straight. So
the Los Angeles Kings are such a successful franchise, and I think are often brought up in conversations about some of the most well-run organizations in the NHL. They have not advanced past the first round since 2014 when they won the Stanley Cup. People forget that. Zoinks.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Scoop. It's been 12 years.
Can you say that again for the kids in the back who are like, love Scoop?
Say that again for the kids sitting in the back of that car that weren't paying attention.
Dude, isn't it funny when we see young kids in the public? And they're like,
dude, I actually think it's the least funny thing in the world.
Their dad's like, oh, my boy's a huge fan. Can we get a pic? And I'm like, he's 8, sir. And this is an inappropriate show.
You should probably not be listening to me. He goes like this. I love Beer League Hotline.
They're like, oh, no. So yeah, I'm hopeful that the Kings get a new coach bump and make the playoffs, because
I would love a new coach bump.
It'll be a fucking tragedy if they miss the playoffs.
Agree.
In Kopi's last year. That would be a nightmare.
Agree.
Do you think there's a chance that Kopi retires?
Honestly, absolutely not. But
I think there's a chance. I don't think it's likely. I'm just saying it's a non-zero chance.
So we're going to get back into the Kings in a little bit as we talk about the trade deadline, so we can move on. But it is just so crazy how Holland makes that swing for Panarin, and then Fiala breaks his leg in a million places and is done for the year, and now Kuzmenko also had a meniscus surgery.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
So, again, we'll get into it, but like they have to make a pretty significant trade again.
Yeah.
So,
I have thoughts. Okay, we'll get there.
Speaking of offense that is needed.
Yes.
You don't need any on the island.
Yep.
Because Mathew Schaefer, who is only 15 years old.
Yes.
Has scored 20 goals in his first season as a defenseman.
He doesn't even have his driver's license.
He doesn't even...
You don't need one in New York.
Yeah,
he can't
be on the island.
On the island, though?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think the island's even more crazy. The island has no laws at all.
Yeah, you need your boating license. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got over there, dude.
Schaefer can't even go see an R-rated movie.
Yep.
And he's got 20 goals.
Listen to these rips here.
Go.
Schaefer, 20 goals this season, the most by an 18-year-old defenseman in NHL history.
Come on.
He had 2 against the Habs and then 2. So he scored 2 against the Habs to break Phil Housley's NHL record for 18-year-old defensemen. And then he scored another 2 against the Panthers on Sunday, which became the first time a defenseman, the first rookie to reach 20 goals in a season. The first time a defenseman became the first rookie, which is insane. He also tied Housley's record for the most multi-goal games by a teenage defenseman in a season in NHL history. They each have 4. He could break that. He became the youngest defenseman and 6th youngest skater in history to score 20 goals in a season.
Insane.
And his 2 goals against the Canadiens on Thursday came 55 seconds apart, making him the first 18-year-old defenseman in history to score twice in under 1 minute. The last 18-year-old player to accomplish that feat was Happy Gilmore. Was Sidney Crosby, 2 goals in 44 seconds on December 23rd, 2005. He's doing Crosby shit from the blue line. From the blue line.
Bobby Orr here.
He might score fucking 30 goals. We were stroking ourselves off to Kale scoring 30 goals last year, and Schaefer Daddy is 18. He might do it. Mm-hmm. Booch tweeted something today, I think this morning, and he was like, my Norris vote, like he has to be in Norris voting now, let alone Calder.
Yep.
He has to be in Norris voting. It's crazy.
I think that's correct.
This kid is, he is as game-changing as we've seen in a long, I don't want to say a long time because I believe Macklin there are some people who are being like, Macklin's jump didn't really start until this year. You're dumb if you think that. Macklin, yes, like they didn't make the playoffs, but for a team that finished last place again, everything changed last year in San Jose. People were legitimately like, I am not going to games. Diehard Sharks fans were like, I'm not going to games. We were so bad. Macklin and Will showed up, and everything changed about the vibes of that team. And if you don't think that also leaked into tons of people being like, I would go there. Like Tyler Toffoli comes to that team because he is like, they drafted Macklin. Like that is a big deal. So that is Macklin's in that conversation, but this is comparable to Sid and Ovi. Sid and Ovi showing up in Pitt and Washington and being like this, and everything is now different. Yeah. The Islanders they're fucking party, dude.
Oh my God.
That place is a party. We were partying on the island.
It's a great place to party.
I had some other stats for you here. Mathew Schaefer for defensive ranks in the league.
In the league, yeah.
Not rookies. Defensive ranks in the league. Puck possession. Per game, 16 minutes. In the season, 161 minutes, 31 seconds, 3rd in the NHL. Zone exits, 431, 2nd in the NHL. Zone entries, 223, 2nd in the NHL. Open ice dekes, 140, 3rd in the NHL. Goals, 20, tied for 2nd in the NHL. For all defensemen in the league.
Outrageous, dude.
It brings us into, I wanted to bring up Beckett, your boy, because this came up on Hockey Talk yesterday. Someone was like, is Beckett the leader for Calder? He is leading rookies in points with 49. I think Schaef's 3 behind him or 5 behind him. Maybe Schaef has like 44, 47 or something like that. But the answer is no. He is absolutely my number 2. Yeah, Schaef has 44. Yep. I think credit to Demidov. Demidov's great, but I always get a little bit uppity about he played a little bit last year, so that's always going to factor in my personal voting.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Beckett's been unbelievable. I'm talking. You want to get fired up about Leo Carlson? Yep. As you should get equally fired up about Beckett. Beckett and Leo.
What a pick!
Oh my God,
what a pick, dude! After that, are you fucking kidding me?
PVB, that is such a brass balls pick.
Insane, dude.
Crazy. So I find it my duty to bring up Beckett and give him a tap on the head for how good he is. But all that to say, I just still think I don't know how you can pick anyone but Schaefer.
I know that's correct because of what Schaefer, everything we just read, like the stats are insane. He's doing Bobby Orr shit. He's doing Sidney Crosby shit. It's a joke. And the Islanders are firmly in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
The Ducks, after their huge dip, are 1 point back from Vegas right now with a game in hand for first in the Pacific.
Yep.
I think if the Ducks, and where they spent most of the year.
Can we just hold on? How fucking awesome is that?
It's amazing, dude.
Quack, quack, quack. Can we talk about that for a second?
It's your show. Go for it.
The Anaheim Ducks are 1 point back with a game in hand from first in the Pacific.
With the Mitch Marner, Jack Eichel, Vegas Golden Knights.
With 60 games.
Yep.
And they were missing Leo for so long.
I think if they finish first it also helps Beckett's case.
People forget that we saved their season.
Correct. Yeah, take flight, baby. If they finish first, it helps Beckett's case. But I think Beckett would need to make right now he has a 5-point lead over Schaefer. I think it would need to significantly, he would have to get hot.
Double digits.
And
has to be double digits.
Oh yeah, I was going to say like 15 points more.
Yeah.
If he does that, then I go, as good as Schaefer's been, Beckett on the first place Ducks with 75 points on the year. If he gets, if he goes crazy, I'll be like, okay, you're in the conversation. And what fucking kills me, dude, and this always happens, we should get Dr. Locks in here. This always fucking happens. We went to the Ducks home opener, and I went like this, damn, Beckett is
so good.
Nasty.
Yeah.
So I went on BetMGM.com, and he was 16-1 to win Rookie of the Year because he was so low behind Ryan Leonard, behind everybody, and I was like this, Beckett is going to win Rookie of the Year. I am placing a $100 bet on this. I'm going to win $1,600 because I know ball. And now he is going to lose to Schaefer, but he's going to finish second. Yeah. And I feel as though it was the right bet. I did everything right, and I'm now going to get nothing. You lose.
You're going to get chafed.
Yeah, I'm going to get chafed. And it fucking enrages me because now I'm like, damn you, Schaefer. But instead, I should just be like, I love you, and
you should just be reveling in how amazing it is.
It's like, God damn it.
I at the beginning of the season, Chris and I put a bet on Dorofeev on Vegas to win the Rocket because he was just scoring at will.
You had 3 hat tricks in 3 games.
And Marner. And I felt so good about it.
Me too.
And Skorofiev's not even in top 10 now.
Bro, he might never score a Fiev again.
What do you mean? He just scored the other night.
No, he never scores. He's never scored again. He'll never score.
Skorofiev is 21st in the league with 28 goals.
Puke.
What a bad bet by us.
Puke.
People want to know if we take accountability.
Beckett.
That was a terrible bet, and I'm sorry if anyone falls.
Beckett, incredible bet. He could do it. He could still do it.
Incredible bet. Speaking of betting,
come on.
Let's take a quick ad break. Talk about BetMGM.
There is no better place during March Madness than Las Vegas. We're going to be there. We're going to be in Vegas for March Madness. We always go to Vegas for March Madness. And this year, college basketball fans can win a VIP trip to the Court of Legends event, which sounds incredible, featuring the Kavinder twins. All you have to do this is simply place sports bets, which you're already doing anyway, so that sounds easy. And your position on the leaderboard of Court of Legends will determine if you win one of the 25 grand prize packages. You just sign into your BetMGM account and opt into the promotion and then start placing those bets, baby. At least $10. They have to be at least $10 to count. That way you climb the leaderboard, and then you can make this March one to remember. Join the Court of Legends leaderboard and make it legendary.
We're back, and we're talking trade deadline. We're going to talk about this all week.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
It's on Friday.
Trade deadline is Friday. So we're going to get all into it in the Thursday episode as well. Hopefully some more stuff will be going down. We're hearing some rumblings already. There were some quick hitters that I wanted to discuss. We got to always remember that LTIR is different this year.
Yes.
So there's a lot of teams like Dallas, for example. Tyler Seguin has been shut down for the year. But that LTIR, well, that's different because he's not coming back.
Well, I was going to say, you can use it.
So you
just can't then go to playoffs and be like,
bring guys back.
Yep.
So there are some big names that could be dealt. And I want to talk about a bunch. But I want to talk about, I don't know when this first came up with us, and check me if I'm self-boosting us.
Okay.
I think this was an original idea.
Doubt it.
It might not. I'm not saying me, I'm saying us.
Yep, still doubt it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm going to get us off the jump here. The Florida Panthers are in a tough spot.
Yes, they are.
They're in 7th in the Eastern Conference wildcard ranking. 7th in wildcard. I think they might be dead.
I think they are dead.
Okay.
That's insane.
If I learned anything last year, it's to never doubt them. So
I would want to be dead if I were them, though.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm almost like, I think it might behoove you guys to shut her down, get healthy, and get Barkov back, and then come in next year and win a cup. And here's my hot take. You ready, Ev?
I'm ready.
I think that this is a brilliant idea. If I were the Florida Panthers, and it feels like we're toast here, I think
this is insane, dude.
I think that the Florida Panthers should 100% trade Sergei Bobrovsky to a contender, let him go chase a cup with a team, and then re-sign him this summer when he becomes a free agent. I don't think there's any world where Bobrovsky plays in the NHL after this year for anyone other than the Panthers.
I agree with that.
And if you're going to miss playoffs and you know this dude is re-signing, go fucking trade him and get a ridiculous haul back. You can get a first-round pick for him easily.
I think you could. And that they've probably, do they have picks coming up? They've probably dished a lot of picks.
They've
probably dishing picks.
They've been dishing picks.
Yep. So they would like that. If you could get a first round for Bob back, let him go play, try to win another cup, and then he's coming back because you do.
Yep.
That's good business.
Yeah.
But Bob's got creaky knees, bro. And I think you go, I don't
You're telling me you think that Bob can't go on a cup run this year?
No, he can, but if you're the Panthers for your cup run next year, wouldn't you rather he had the summer off?
Yeah, that'd be 4 years.
I get what you're saying.
Consecutively,
I'm like,
playoffs.
Bob, go. In fact, I wouldn't trade Bob. I'd fucking cut Bob right now. I go, you're fired, dude. And then I'll just re-sign him at the end of the summer. Like, literally stop playing hockey. Just go away.
The fans' heads will explode.
Yeah.
I think they would.
Any of that happen.
I think they would love it. I think the fans who don't see that they're eliminated would get mad.
Of course.
But like, you're telling me,
it's good business. It's good business.
Yeah, but
Bob's got creaky knees.
That is fair. Yep. Like, I actually get that take. But like, I look at Carolina, who has $8.8 million in cap space, and I am a Bussy believer.
Yes, me too.
And Carolina also is carrying 3 goalies, I think, at the moment. So it would have to require a bit of movement. But with how open the East is, if you're telling me that there wasn't an opportunity for Carolina to be like, yeah, well, I mean, I'd take Bob.
Like, what about Pitt, dude? Go to Pitt.
Well, if are they going to make the playoffs?
Pitt is chilling, dude.
And like, what about they don't really have the cap space, but like, what about Montreal? Does Montreal believe in Fowler? Do they believe in Dobesh? Like, what are we doing here?
What if the Oilers got him?
What if
they
the Oilers
need it?
What if?
Yeah, that honestly.
After he's ripped their soul out 2 years in a row, and he goes,
Jarry needs to be put into a.
He goes, yo, I'll just win you a cup.
What
about
that?
And then they just go right back to Florida, and then Florida beats the Oilers next year in the cup.
What about that?
Connor's like, okay, all good.
What about Utah?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I think it would be the sickest move of all time.
It would be insane. I would fucking love it.
I mean, again, I'm a Bussy believer.
Yep.
But if you're telling me if all of a sudden the Carolina Hurricanes added Sergei Bobrovsky in their net for this cup run, that people wouldn't be like, holy shit, they're going to
win now.
They are the number 1 contender now. I don't know. Would be pretty cool.
That would be extremely cool.
Okay. Some people I want to talk about. Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yep.
Well, first of all, actually, I jumped ahead. Sorry. Stamkos said that there is, quote, 0 chance he's waiving his clause.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I'm surprised.
And didn't he just recently say,
no,
I probably won't, but I would go to these 3 teams?
No, someone made, I don't think there was any Stamkos quote, but someone was like, if he were to move, it would only be for so-and-so, so-and-so, and so.
They're not, and I feel so validated on this one. They are firmly not dead.
Correct.
You know, this year I was like, they're going to be back. They'll make playoffs this year. And I felt like an idiot fool for 30 games where I was like, oh my God, they're terrible.
Yeah.
But they are firmly not dead. So if the Nashville experiment had gone better from the start for him, I was in full support of that move. I never wanted him to leave Tampa, but if they were going to be dicks, then I was like, I love Steven Stamkos. Go to Nashville, which is a place I love. That's a great team. You will win a cup there. It's just gone so badly. So if you could almost just in a vacuum go, you're in playoffs. I go, yeah, why would you waive? You're in a fucking awesome city. You're on a great deal, a place that loves you, and you're going to try to win a cup. It's hard to erase the last year and a half.
What if Stamkos just doesn't like country music?
Yeah, and he's like,
I think it sounds like he loves it.
Yeah, maybe that's
the fact that he's being like this. There's 0 chance I'm waiving.
He goes,
I'm like, I think he actually he's loving it.
He goes, Steven,
so he wants to stay.
Yeah. We'll send you to the Avs. You can win a cup, and he goes, no country music there, dude. So I'm out.
He goes,
I will not leave.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
I will not leave.
Speaking of Colorado, I just quickly have to say the Denver airport is like the worst place I've ever been in my entire life.
It's crazy.
It has a bunch of
it's too big.
This is like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There's all that stuff in there.
There's like a demon horse, and like
we're talking about conspiracy theories later on the pod.
Okay,
this is exciting.
Shelve it for
this is a really exciting pod.
Yeah,
we have a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of foreshadowing. In today's pod.
Yes.
Okay, so Stamkos out. Rasmus Ristolainen. He has come up like every single year. Just had a great Olympics. He was a plus.
Gone, dude.
What? You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's a +9 with Finland. He's on year 4 of a 5-year contract, making $5.1 million a year. He's 31 years old. I think he's got like 6 or 7 points, but that's not the guy he is. He is like I'm a good defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of defensemen that are coming up for me. I'm going to add to the Ristolainen watch.
Okay.
This is DP's big board.
Yeah, okay.
I'm adding Justin Falk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm adding Mackenzie Weegar, friend of the program. I'm adding Tyler Myers.
Yep.
And I'm adding Dougie Hamilton. All names on DP's big board.
As in guys who could go.
Guys who could go, and how about this? Should go.
Should go. Got it.
All those guys, I'm looking at teams like Detroit. You could use some defense. There's so many teams that I'm looking at teams like San Jose. God. Could use some defense. Seattle Kraken could use some defense. Even the Duckies. You could add a body. I love the Duckies decor, but like you could maybe add like a defenseman.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Sure.
But I think literally every one of those guys should move.
I think
we get Tyler Myers, Justin Falk, and Ristolainen. I could see Weegs being the man and being like, no, I'm sticking it out here. But I'm like, Weegs, I need you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dougie is just such it's tough that he's been injured.
But the Devils are eliminated.
I mean, I said this summer Dougie should be traded.
I've
been saying Dougie Hamilton should be traded. Remember, Dougie Hamilton was supposed to be a Shark. He said no.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
whoops. I mean, they're not that good still, but yeah. that wasn't a career ender.
Adding to the Blues, who are dead, by the way.
What Blues are dead? Blues eliminated.
Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou.
Yep.
Did you hear the talk of Robert Thomas to Toronto and what the ask would be?
No.
Matthew Nyes, Easton Cowan, and a first-round pick.
For Robert Thomas.
And
I love Rob Thomas, and I will not have Rob Thomas slander on this show.
There will be zero Robert Thomas slander.
I think he's underrated.
Robert Thomas is a phenomenal center.
Yep, but that is an inappropriate return.
You know who I could see Robert Thomas going to?
Matchbox 20.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is that the Santana song too?
Yeah.
He could be going to an alt-rock band.
Yeah.
And making great music.
Him and Stamkos can join him.
Oh my God, dude. Get him to Nashville. Get him to Nashville.
Make Steve start having more fun. I could see Robert Thomas being a LA Kings trade target.
Yep.
That is a massive center.
Yeah,
that is massively helpful.
Interesting. You think Kadri moves?
I don't know. Kadri's in the same camp as Dougie Hamilton for me.
Yeah.
It's just like a name that comes up all the time. I'm like, but you should probably move.
You should move.
He's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, okay. I think the Rangers are not done blowing it up.
They're fire sale.
Yep.
100%. And it is. I think it is your fiduciary responsibility to fucking trade Vincent Trocheck and Mika Zibanejad. And if you don't, you have failed, Chris Drury.
Yeah, because you want to just go. We're building around Shesty and
not laugh.
And
I laugh is a part of that team, but I don't think that you're building around laugh. I think you're building around Chesty, Adam Fox, and Gabe Perreault.
Yep. Okay.
And Will Cooley.
And JT Miller.
Nope.
You want him gone?
Nope. I just don't think you're building around.
He's your captain.
A guy in his 30s.
He's your captain.
Yeah.
I have a message for Trocheck.
Go.
Come home.
Come home to Pitt.
Yeah. That'd be really nice.
Yins need to come back home.
That'd
Get
be
some
really
fries.
Nice.
Dude, I really actually like that.
It's not going to happen.
But I don't. You know who I really do like, though, is Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
I think Trocheck, just like...
That'd be really good.
Yeah. Trocheck joining that Minnesota team is
imagine if Minnesota goes on a fucking cup run.
I can think of few things that would be more fun.
It's gonna be sick.
We can go there in
Don't
June.
Break your laptop over it.
Go there in June, be on the lake, snap your laptop in half.
God, that'd be so sick.
Now.
If Minnesota wins the cup, I'll smash my laptop on the pod.
Okay, and then my last thing on trade deadline. Again, we're going to get horny for the trade deadline over the course of this week, but my last thing is Austin Matthews.
You are such an asshole. You're a fucking pig.
I didn't say anything. I just brought him up.
Here's the thing, dude. He is a fucking champion. He's an Olympic champion,
I know.
Gold medalist, and Toronto can get fucked.
Whoa. We're not we're not lumping everyone in Toronto media and Toronto fans into certain people.
Did you see that headline?
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous.
I know. What is it?
There was a headline that said in the Toronto Star or whatever. It was like Austin Matthews values the president and
something over playoffs,
and something and like a parade over
Olympics
playoffs. Yeah. And I was like, dude, first of all, you guys blow. Second of all, shut the fuck up. He just won the Olympic gold medal.
Felt like a crazy headline.
Hang with the team for their
they're going to get,
outrageous. I am, though, you said this, I am on, 2028?
Yeah.
I am on 2028 Austin Matthews returns to the States watch here.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like this isn't going well. And sometimes it does take a year, right? Like the Marner thing is such a shakeup that you're like, oh, this will be easy, and it just wasn't that easy. It can take a year, you can retool in the offseason, but like I think they were going, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you stink.
Yeah.
And you're about to miss playoffs. So you're
I know.
Leave it.
I know. Listen, I didn't say anything. I just brought him up. Who knows?
But they're not going to actually move him this year, right?
No.
There is, in my opinion, there is absolutely zero chance that he is dealt this year. But I think it is worth discussing.
That if next year he goes, I'm not re-signing, then you go.
Yeah, and it's also just worth discussing can you benefit each other? Maybe, I don't know, Austin Matthews, maybe he's thrilled in there and he's like, no, we're going to fucking figure this out.
Yep.
I bet he is. But maybe there's a world where Tree Living sits down with him and is like, dude, like maybe we need to shake things up here. And he's like, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
And maybe you make a huge trade with Utah or something and you get, multiple first round picks and a great player back or something. I don't know. Just saying.
They move back to Arizona, and then everyone's happy.
Yes.
They play for the Coyotes. Wait,
yeah.
The Coyotes aren't there anymore.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. What? Well, like we said, we're going to stay horny on the trade deadline all
we'll do
week.
some predictions for the next step.
We'll be keeping you updated stuff. We'll get predictions next step for sure. Let's take an ad break and then jump on back in. When it comes to nicotine, you need the best nicotine product in the game that is crafted by scientists and always tobacco-free. These pouches are made for true pouch connoisseurs. Lucy pouches and Lucy breakers are delivering long-lasting flavor for a seriously satisfying pouch experience. I talk about this stuff all the time, folks. Whatever you need, whether it's milligrams, you got 4, 8, up to 12. We've got all the best flavors with the mint, wintergreen, mango, espresso. I love that espresso flavor. And if you need a little boost to energy, it's helping you out. If you need to just chill out, melt into the couch, watch some movies or TV, it helps you out. If you need some laser focus, maybe you're on the golf course like me, boom, pop a pouch or a breaker in there and get exactly what you need. Lucy is just taking care of you in every single way you possibly need. So you are going to get the only pouch that delivers long-lasting, on-demand flavor. You're going to find a store at lucy.co/stores or get it shipped with 20% off on your first order at lucy.co/netters, NETTERS, using code NETTERS. Lucy products are for adults of legal age, and every customer is age verified. This product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Dan and I were on the road in Italy forever, it felt like, at the Olympics, which was absolutely incredible. And I'm telling you what, we would not have survived without Liquid IV. We brought a bag of Liquid IV that was so big it was bulging out of my carry-on. And everybody said, there's no way you need that much Liquid IV while you're in Italy. And I said, watch me, dude. Watch me. It was absolutely incredible. We're burning it at both ends. Late nights, early mornings, interviews, watching games, make cool YouTube videos for you guys. We would have been so run down without those Liquid IV packets. They're more hydrating than water. It's absolutely incredible. Okay. And like I said, we had it in our carry-on, but we were bringing it in our gym bag, bringing it all over the place with us. It's so easy, so refreshing, so stimulating. And their flavor combinations are insane. They've got this new firecracker flavor. It's like one of those rocket pops from summer. It tastes exactly like a rocket pop. It's absolutely delicious. I looked forward to them. And so I woke up in the morning. I just couldn't wait to get my rocket pop Liquid IV. It was unbelievable. One one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster than water alone. It's insane because it's powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. It's backed by a scientific advisory board. There's real experts, real science that goes into this product. There's 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. Unbelievable sugar-free options too. It's amazing. So don't take off empty-handed next time you travel, because you can go on the go with hydration from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code NETTERS. That's NETTERS at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code NETTERS at liquidiv.com.
Now we are going to kick it to our good friend Mark Streit, absolute legend. Cannot wait for you to hear from him. Take it away.
We are joined today. Okay, so Mark, do you say an Inglisburg, Switzerland native or a Bern? Bern, okay. We are joined today by a Bern native, the 262nd overall pick of the 2004 draft by the Montreal Canadiens, who played for the Habs, the Islanders, the Flyers, and the Penguins. One of the few swingmen in NHL history.
Legendary
Inducted
title.
Into the IIHF Hall of Fame in 2020. This is my favorite stat. Cover of the Swiss version of the NHL game in 2008 and 2011. Absolutely amazing. An NHL All-Star in 2009. A Stanley Cup champion with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2017. A 4-time Olympian in 02, 06, 2010, and 2014, serving as the Swiss captain for 3 of those trips. And co-founder of Norcane, the sickest Swiss watch brand in the game. Mark Streit, welcome to the Empty Netters podcast.
Good morning, and thanks for the flowers.
Yeah, pretty good hit list right there.
Yeah.
Not bad. Chris did want to know one thing. It's probably the most important thing of all the accolades you have. Are you friendly with Roger Federer?
I met him a few times.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go, buddy.
yeah.
So you are now one step closer to Roger Federer.
Yeah, tiny one.
It's incredible.
No, I had the opportunity to meet him in New York and see him play in New York, and then I went to Wimbledon one year, actually with Nino and Roman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a trip.
And another Swiss buddy that plays in the Swiss league. So we were in Wimbledon. We met him after the game, and it was amazing. Very impressive guy, and such a humble person. Like it's incredible.
Yeah. I remember when he was starting out.
He feels like a perfect human. It's
When
unbelievable.
he was starting out, I swear to God, this is true. I'll have someone fact check this because Chatsky knows. But when he was starting out, there was on his website, there was an address. Not his parents' house, but there was some address that his parents had access to that was like, if you mail something here, I'll sign it and mail it back. And I was like, what?
It's just his mom and dad's house.
Yeah, it's like, this is insane.
Yeah, that eventually got real dangerous.
Yeah. But Mark, when I was, we were looking up, doing research and everything, and I think it was when you signed the Islanders deal. It was like you were the second highest paid Swiss athlete in the world behind Roger. And I was like, oh, does he know Roger? It's like, wow, I gotta ask.
Another good title.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, I mean, as Chris listed at the top, incredible NHL career, but super unorthodox beginning for you. You were drafted in the 9th round, which isn't even possible now. And I think a ton of people don't know, who are familiar with you. You were like 26 years old when you got drafted. And I think in your day, the sort of small mobile defenseman wasn't as popular as it is now. Do you feel like when you look back on your career, do you regret not trying to get into the NHL faster or earlier in your career, or do you think it actually ultimately really helped your career?
Well, I think there were different reasons. First of all, as you mentioned it, when I was 18, 19, I played the World Juniors twice for Switzerland. I had pretty good tournaments, and every year, every summer, I was really excited for the draft. I mean, I was following the draft every year and really disappointed that I didn't make it. But, back then when you weren't 6 or 6'1", you had no chance. And I think with the changing of the rules, the teams looked at smaller skilled defensemen, and at the time you had Sidlicki, Rafalski, and those were European players that went to the NHL when they were 25, 26. So later on, I fell into that category, and I think the year I got drafted, I didn't even check out the draft.
One time,
you ruled it out. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not even going to watch. And then bang.
It's actually a pretty funny story. It was a Sunday morning. The draft was on Saturday, and I was in Zurich, and I had a good night with my buddies. So at 10 o'clock in the morning, the phone rang, and I woke up. a little bit
sure.
hungover.
Yeah.
And then there was this journalist, Swiss journalist, say, "Hey, congrats!" And I'm like, "Congrats on what?"
Yeah, hell of a night, man. Yeah,
Did I see you last night?
I must have missed something last night. No, and then he's, "Well, you got drafted." I'm like, "Oh, wow, really? That's amazing. By who?" And then, he said Montreal Canadiens, and I was, the happiest person in the world, and so excited. It took a little bit longer, but it was just, the NHL changed the rules. It was like more of a skilled game, less bigger guys and more skilled, and had the ability to skate. And that was one of my fortes. So it took a little bit longer, but once I made it, it meant so much to me. Like, it was incredible.
Of course, and it's amazing. You had an amazing World Championships tournament. That was the year before that definitely put you on more people's maps, and it's awesome how those tournaments can ultimately really lead to people getting drafted and getting their shot in the NHL.
Absolutely, and there's the lockout year too.
Yeah,
we had a lot of NHL players in Switzerland in the Swiss League, and then the World Championships in Austria. I had a good tournament, and I think it was Gauthier.
Yeah,
I think he was the assistant GM. He was high on me, and he was the reason I got drafted by Montreal. So I met him at camp after, in the fall, and I talked to him. And it was a huge adjustment. When I came over and I saw the practices, I skated with the team, and it was just, the adjustment was humongous from the Swiss League. Just the speed, the intensity, and the physicality.
Yeah. Even with the shift in smaller defensemen, you're still like, oh wow, this is a step up.
Well, I felt like I'm staying at the German Autobahn, watching the practice and being on the ice. And then back then, you still had the bigger guys. You still had the fighting in camp, and there's always some fights. So it was a huge adjustment. But you know what? Credit to the Canadians. They gave me the time to adapt, and that's what I needed. It took a little while to get used to the speed of the game, the physicality, the travel, and to feel comfortable and have the confidence to actually play your game.
Was that weird for you? Because you were kind of a veteran already. You're in your mid-20s, and was there a part of you when you got there that was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have come here. This is insane. Or were you like, nope, I finally made it. I'm going to make it work. Yeah.
No, that was always my dream. Yeah. And that's the thing I wanted in my life and my career. But you were right. I was a Swiss captain. I played a few World Championships, few Olympics, international career, and you felt pretty good about yourself because you're confident, you're a good player. But you play in Switzerland, the Swiss League, kind of in a bubble. Yeah. And then you go to the big world and the big guys, and it was just a huge. For me, adapting to the game and to everything. You play in the Bell Center, 21,000 people, the media, the TV, everything, the pressure in the city. I think back then in Montreal, it was one of the most difficult markets to establish yourself in the league.
Wow, great call. I believe that. Yeah. Did you and the boys run it back Sunday to celebrate the draw? You were coming off a big night, but I just feel like you must have done something. Yeah.
No, we didn't go back to back.
Mark Paul's like, hair of the dog, fellas. I got drafted.
Let's go again.
They're like, we didn't, dude. I'm dying. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
Cool. Okay, so in your career, I think mostly with Montreal, but you played roughly 60 games as a forward. Obviously, majority of defensemen. And when I'm reading about that, I'm like, yeah, I do that in beer league. Depending on who shows up, I can go up, go back. But the NHL at the Bell Center, that's a different story. So first, I just want to know what even went into the preparation for something like that when they were like, hey, you're going to play up tonight.
Well, the good thing is I didn't have a whole lot of time. Yeah. It was basically after warm-ups that Guy Carbonneau came to me and said, hey, can you play up front? I'm like, for sure.
Yeah, love it. Always do. Yeah.
So I never played forward. Before. I just realized, obviously as a player, you need to find a role on the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I realized, if you want to play in the NHL, that's what you got to do. And I played as a winger, but also 3 games as a center.
No way. Wow.
So one of my first face-offs was against Mike Fisher.
Oh God!
And I never had a face-off before, so I was 0-6. My first 6 face-offs.
D-zone there.
So checking the game notes after that one, they were like, maybe not center. Okay.
So yeah, it was a thought process, but I think as a defenseman, you kind of realize a little bit seeing everything from behind, what you need to do as a forward. And, honestly, as a forward, I park myself in front of the net.
Yeah.
I don't know how many goals I scored just getting pucks off my ass, off my hands.
Yeah.
I just went to the net. I mean, obviously, you have to pay the price, but that's where you score the goals. That's why today I can understand when forwards don't go to the net, because those are easy free goals.
Yeah.
And everybody's playing out on the outside.
It's so much on the perimeter now, right? It's like sometimes we watch power plays and no one's in net front, and I'm like, and the power play's struggling, and I'm like,
drives me nuts.
Someone in front. It's crazy. That is funny. Whenever because I was a defenseman as well, and whenever in the cycle of play I got caught, in a rush and I was in front, it's exactly what I was just. I'd be like, I'm gonna get in front, maybe get a tip on the puck here. Like it works. It's great.
Yeah, you want bread, go to the bakery. You want goals, go to the net. It makes perfect sense. It's so true. You obviously preferred being a defenseman, but were there any parts of forward that you were like, that's kind of fun?
I mean, for my skill level, the skating and everything, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
And obviously mentally it was tough, because some games I played on the back end, I played up front, I killed as a forward, the PP on the point. Yep. So mentally, you have to get into it. But I took it as a challenge, and it just gave me a possibility to establish myself in the NHL. But at heart, I was always a defenseman. That's why when I had the opportunity, to go into free agency or stay with the Canadians, for me, one of the main goals was to sign as a defenseman.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That was and that was talked about. You would say that to teams like, "Hey, I'm playing D now."
100%. Obviously, when I started in Montreal, I wanted to stay there, but with the salary cap and circumstances, it just didn't work out. But I knew that the Islanders, they gave me an opportunity to play as a full-time defenseman, take a lot of responsibility, play a lot of minutes. So that's why I chose to go to the island. And for me, I mean, it was great. I played a lot of minutes. After 2 or 3 years, I was the captain. I was able to go to the All-Star game. And I mean, it was great, but as a team, we weren't really successful. That was kind of the downside. We were rebuilding many young guys, great players, but you could just feel that it's going to be really tough to make the playoffs. And as a player, when you're in your prime, that's frustrating.
Well, so on that journey, it's a perfect transition. This guy could do our job.
He's a pro.
You get to the Islanders, and that's a really unbelievable, productive stretch for you in those 4 years with the Islanders from 2011 to 2013. You're named the captain of that team, which is amazing. First Swiss captain in the NHL of all time.
So second. And
you're also just a very beloved Islanders players to those fans, which is to have that honor and that presence in the hearts of those fans in, like you said, a lot of rebuilding years where you're not really competing. A lot of things have to go right, and a lot of things have to kind of feel good for the fan base for that to be the case. And you had a young John Tavares on that team, a young Kyle Okposo on that team. How cool was it, and as a player who wants to compete and wants to try to win Stanley Cups when you're not really in the playoffs, what were the things that made that such a good time for you, being on that team, being with those young players and with that fan base?
I mean, the team was fun.
Yeah.
The guys were great. The organization was great. And the fans, a lot of diehard fans on the island. I mean, the times were tough. We were a losing team. Like sometimes in around January, you basically knew you're not going to go into the playoffs. But fans still showed up, and it was kind of bittersweet.
Sure.
At one point, I was happy with my role, and it was great to work with the young players. On the other hand, you're in your prime and you want to go for a cup. And yes, the years sometimes were long and a little bit frustrating, because you just, you want to go to the playoffs.
With the later start too in your career, I was just kind of processing that, where you're like, I don't have this huge runway to be like, oh, we'll get one. Yeah, that's interesting.
And you're not, if you're captain of a team, you're like, you don't want to ask for a trade. You're
right.
It's kind of one of those loyal things that they gave you an opportunity. They gave you a nice contract, the responsibility to evolve as a player, as a person. and you don't want to be the guy that kind of leaves the ship. So I think the last year was kind of a great story. We made the playoffs. I mean, the Coliseum was just almost exploding against Pittsburgh. We had a great series. We lost 4-2. But to have it at the end of my Islanders time was a gift. It was a great experience and a happy ending to a great time in New York after all.
Yeah, well, I mean that was I was curious, how long did it take for the island and like that area to feel like home for you? Because like coming from Switzerland, being in Montreal, like you're going around a lot of different places in the league. But every time we've heard you speak about the island and that, there's a lot of love that you have for that area. How long did that take?
Easy. I think, for me, I think the process was good going to Montreal, very European city, like easy to adapt lifestyle wise. And then New York is, the big city, but, on the island, I lived in Garden City, a nice little town, beautiful. And as I mentioned, there were so many great guys on the team, like Trent Hunter, John Sim, Brendan Witt, Billy Chi, Dougie Wade, Sillinger, all the young kids, Nino came along. Yeah. So the team spirit was always unbelievable. It's just, we just didn't have enough depth to go into the playoffs. That was the only downside. But living wise and the team was great. I mean, the guys were unbelievable. So it was always fun to go to the rink. Yeah. Even we had a hard time. So that's why I felt comfortable right away. And the organization, the people working, the office, team manager, media guys, coaches like Snowy, Carrey Guider, like everybody were just so happy, and the alumni too. The guys from the 1-4 in a row. I mean, the guys, they came to the game. They were so great with the guys. Even the times were tough, but it was just it was like a real family. In a tough NHL business.
And that alumni network's been good still for you too. Definitely. Those captain's trips and everything, and just coming back. Like that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
I think they do a hell of a job inviting the guys, almost every year. I can't go every year with 3 kids at home and the busy schedule I have, but I love going back and seeing all the guys. I mean, they do a fantastic job, like a weekend. You get to see the guys, you go to a game, and that's incredible. So it's a lot of, they honor the players from the past, and which is great.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's great.
No doubt.
That's insane. And then obviously watching we were talking 2 days ago or whatever, but watching, a young Mathew Schaefer go over to that organization, possibly a future captain of that team maybe someday. How nuts has it been watching the transformation of that franchise over the last few months, just having him be an 18-year-old phenom?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, they're so much fun to watch. And, I had the opportunity to meet the owners a few years ago, John Ledecky and, what's the other guy's name? We'll come back. But the 2 main owners, basically, and they were, they're actually, when they started, I met out of him, they talked about hockey and wanted to get a feel because they weren't from hockey, So they approached me and had a nice dinner with them in London with Ralph Kruger together. So we had a great talk, and it was amazing. So I kept a tight connection with the Islanders, throughout. Even when I retired, I love going back. So it's a great organization, and seeing them now with the new building, the UBS Arena, which is an amazing arena, having a great team that can compete. I'm really happy for the fans, because the fans are unbelievable. They're so dedicated to the team and so supportive, even during the rough times.
Yeah, and it's cool. Cheese was telling us that area, right, that they're building.
It's like everything that they're doing. It's like I feel like the Islanders are kind of rebuilding back up right now around Schaefer with so many new people in the organization, and they just released a new cool hype video. It's like you can feel the Islanders vibes are getting way up there, which is exciting for sure. No, I love it. It sounds like, it's like everyone who played for the Islanders, it's like with Clutter, it's like with Martin too. It's everyone loves staying in the Islanders family. That's so telling. When guys want to stay around the area and keep doing stuff with the team, the Islanders are back. Yeah. It's crazy.
I think it's always a great sign if, guys that played there love going back, or even love going back or live there afterwards. I mean, the area, the lifestyle and everything is fantastic. You have New York City, but you have Long Island, you have the Hamptons. Yep. It's great schools, great for kids to grow up. So it's an amazing place.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I want to flash forward to March 1st, 2017. You wake up in your bed. You're a Philadelphia Flyer.
Hungover in Zurich.
Yeah. You get a phone call. You've been traded to Tampa Bay. And then, bang, 2 hours later, you're traded to Pittsburgh. What did you know ahead of when you got the Tampa call? Were they like, and you're going to move again? Or do you think, I'm going to Tampa for real? Or talk me just through the whiplash of that day, and if you even knew you were going to move for sure before the deadline, all that stuff.
Well, it started in the morning. I knew it's March 1st, trading deadline just around the corner. And, I thought maybe I might stay.
Oh, okay.
But then once I got to the rink, I got the call from Hexy.
Yeah.
And he's like, come up. I'm like, this is not good. So I think there was another team that was interested on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't on my list.
Nice, all right.
So I was like, and it was not a team that's probably going, far in the playoffs or even into the playoffs. So I'm like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
If I want to get traded, I want to go to a team that,
is in the mixer.
Can compete.
And on the list.
Yeah.
Can compete.
Quick question. Is that an awesome feeling when there's like a team that wants to trade for you but is on your no trade list and you get to be like, I don't want to go there. Yeah. Sorry.
And it was a team that would trade and sign.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Shit. Yeah.
Can you say who it was or no?
I don't know.
No. We don't need to sue
They were just bad that year. It was not their fault.
But still, we don't need to say it.
It's a West Coast team. And then I said no, because the other reason was we just had a daughter, 3 months old, across the country.
That's hard. That's hard.
Something is maybe you say, okay, I don't want to go there. So anyway, he said, okay, go skate. And then I keep you posted. So I went for skating. We had a short skate, half an hour, but it's just the feeling. It's so odd. You're out there. Imagine. You're looking if the trainer is coming to
wave you over,
waves you over. But it didn't happen. And then after practice, I went back to Hexy, and he said, right now there's nothing going on. Just go home. And then I actually had my parents in town. And a couple friends of mine. So we were having lunch at the time.
Did you tell them all? Were you like,
well, they knew.
Okay.
And then it was like 2:45, and then I saw Hextall. I'm like, okay,
take this one. Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah.
So I pick up the phone. He's like, hey, thanks a lot for your services, and I wish you all the best. You're going to Tampa. So I'm like, Tampa, a great organization, great team. But weren't in the playoff mix. So I'm like, this is going to be a tough one. Obviously, we go there for a few months or a month, and then the season is over.
Yeah.
You're basically probably going to be retiring. And then shortly after I got the call from Hexy, Pat calls me. He says, hey, hang on. We might get you to Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm less. So I was for, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
A Lightning.
You were Lightning. You remember the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Just before the deadline, a few minutes before, I got traded to Pittsburgh. And obviously that was a blessing, to keep, to be on a team that can compete for the Stanley Cup. And,
also kind of an easy move.
Yeah, easy move.
With the young daughter, your wife must have been like, let's go.
Yeah.
So, it's easy.
No, that was, for me, it was just... I was really happy and nervous, excited because it's a rivalry, and I had Pittsburgh. I didn't have him on the list, so I had to add him on the list.
Oh wow, okay.
Because out of respect as a Flyer, I didn't put Pittsburgh on because it's
massive, massive.
You don't want to. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But then when you get traded, you're like, okay, I want to take every opportunity you can get. So I added them to the mix, to the list of teams that I could get traded to, and it worked out great.
Yeah, sure did.
Didn't you play Tampa first game? Like when you got to
Yeah.
They did something.
They did a tribute video.
They did something on the board. They were like, thanks.
Thanks. One of the great Tampa Bay Lightning, Mark Streit.
Welcome home. It's so funny. That was
I did like a tribute video.
Yeah. That's so good.
Incredible. Okay, so you go through the whirlwind of, all right, this is all happening and whatever. And now, because they'd already won, right? They're the defending champs. Sidney Crosby's here, Malkin's here, Letang's here. Were you mentioned nerves a little bit, but what was that like? Because this is everything you want. This is a defending champ team in the mixer. Here you go. They need D help. Let's go. Where you're like, all right.
I mean, it was overwhelming, the organization. I knew Sidney a little bit from Pat. But the guys like Flower, Tanger, all the guys, Kessel, like they were all super nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great organization, so professional. The practice facility, just the setup, you just could tell this, it starts to sit and then it just tingles down the organization.
Yeah.
It was, for me, it was really impressive and awesome. And I can maybe tell you, it's probably it's my best story in hockey.
This is why we do it, folks.
So this was the first practice with the team.
Okay.
So, you have in every locker room, you have like the nice carpets. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting dressed and I have 2 pairs of skates. And I used to change the steels. And the trainer usually did it for me.
Yeah.
So... You probably see what's coming.
Yep.
So first skate, I dress up. It's me and Phil Kessel, last 2 guys.
Yeah.
Phil goes on the ice. I go right after. I hit the ice. I just wipe out.
Yeah. First day. Yeah.
First day.
We traded for this guy.
Sid and Gino are looking over. They're like, "Who is this guy?"
I slid in the middle of the ice,
Yeah.
so I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
I had no steel.
Yeah.
So I was on my all fours, trying to get back to the bench. And guys were looking at each other like, "What the hell?
Yeah, what is happening with this guy?"
Pick up here. So that was the most embarrassing feeling ever.
Were like straight up just no steel in your toques at all?
Yeah, no
That's
steel.
Unbelievable.
No steel.
You didn't notice it when you were walking out?
First practice, you're nervous.
Yeah,
you
true.
put your skates on. Usually the trainer, he didn't know in Pittsburgh that he changing steels. So I just carpets, you don't feel it, you don't hear it.
Not.
So I walked
you don't hear it.
I wanted to skate. I just wipe out
hitting it
the art sale.
And
then it was just that's how it started in Pittsburgh for me.
Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
It finished incredibly. You go to the playoffs, and I did want to ask, because that Ottawa series was wild, and you got 3 games in that series.
Yeah.
What was it like going through an insane playoff run like that, not playing as much as you obviously wanted, but also being a part of this epic journey, kind of, talking through the emotions of that?
Also, joining a team that's like kind of in this dynastic run.
Yeah,
it's like Crosby's like building a catalog of cups here, and like now you're a part of that.
I mean, incredible experience, and you just you could tell why they're so successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it started with Sid, his leadership, professionalism, what he does every day. From the morning, before practice, during practice, after practice. It's just incredible how he works, how professional is, and it drags everybody. It's contagious.
Sure.
And it was not a surprise that those guys were unbelievable. And I think for me, it was a great experience, but also a tough experience, because I got there are a lot of injuries. I played for 20 games, and then all of a sudden the playoff starts, and I was a scratch.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was kind of tough because the coach, he didn't talk to me for 7 weeks.
Damn. Yeah.
And, I'm 39 years old. If he pulls me over and says, "Hey, Mark, you're not going. This is the reason," it's one thing, but not saying a word.
Yep.
I thought it was like classless.
Yeah.
You don't
especially.
it's a tough job as a coach.
Yeah.
But have the courage to tell the guys.
Have the conversation.
And I went to the rink. I had to make a decision. You want to play. You want to be part of it.
Of course.
But then at one point she said, I work as hard as possible. I'm professionalism at the rink. I support the guys. I'm in a good mood, good spirits. Because if you go to the rink and you're miserable, you're just not helping anybody.
So true.
So I just try to stay mentally in it, because I maybe I'm going to get a shot. I'm going to be playing. You never know. You have to be ready. And if you're just sour and bitter, you're not going to be able to step on the ice and perform. So I made the decision, you're positive, you work hard, you do all you can do to support the guys and be part of it.
Yep.
And then obviously not playing for 7 weeks. And then all of a sudden you play the Senators, who are like a fast, even a pretty physical team. So the first games, it was tough.
Yeah.
Because you don't practice.
Right.
You just play.
Yeah.
And then you get thrown into that. And that's why I was really happy that I stayed focused. I was, a pro about it and ready to, if I got my chance, I got it. I played 3 games, and obviously not playing in the final again was, it's because it's hard.
It's brutal.
It's just hard, but I had a part of it, a small part, a difficult part mentally. But I think I did everything possible to support the team, the organization, and the guys. And, at the end of the day, I had the experience, and I think winning a Stanley Cup, it doesn't matter which role you have. You're part of it.
Yep.
Your name is on the cup. And I'm very thankful to the organization and, the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's just Rutherford was an unbelievable guy, unbelievable GM, a gentleman, a class act, and a very smart GM.
Yeah,
and
damn right.
Obviously, seeing Mario Lemieux at the cup party and seeing him rocking around is you think you're dreaming.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
So
Totally. Yeah.
So real.
What was that? What was that night like, and what was your day like with the cup? What did you get up to?
Well, when we won it, we had a few parties. Obviously, one was at Sid's home. That was
probably not bad. Yeah, probably not bad.
And I have a nice picture with me and obviously with all the guys and Sid. But I have one with Mario.
Oh, nice. No way! Yeah, that's awesome.
Having the car in the pool as well. Yeah. So
before it sank to the bottom of the pool. Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then when I had the opportunity, I think it was 2nd of August, I had it in Bern.
Yeah.
I had a whole day. I took it to the government, took it to the mayor, prime minister, and we had a reception. We had some juniors coming,
that's awesome.
Seeing the cup and getting autographs. And then from the afternoon on, we just took over a restaurant right at the river in Bern.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
I invited 100 guests and. Yeah, I mean, that day is just, it's so cool. For you, for the family, for the friends. And obviously, the great thing is now with Norcane and our partnership with the NHL, I get to see the cup a lot.
Yeah. So, a lot lately. It's pretty cool.
It's a privilege.
Yeah.
I mean, every time when you see the cup, you're like, man, it's just the best trophy in the world.
You did say that in Tampa. You were like, it never gets old seeing this thing. It's amazing.
It's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
And every time you see it and you see the teams, the names, and you just feel the history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the blood and sweat and tears.
So true.
That's behind it.
Yeah.
And, that's why, I think hockey is the best sport in the world.
I agree.
NHL is the best league in the world. The guys are amazing. The product is great. The league, the Players Association. I mean, it's just, I'm really happy to be kind of back into it because once you leave the NHL, you miss it.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of the toughest part when you retire, the travel, the guys, the locker room.
Yeah. Everyone says that. It's
and the buildings,
I can imagine.
The playoffs, being in that atmosphere and having that kick, that rush when you play those games. Even now the Olympics, it's just, that's the moment you're like, damn, I still love to play.
Yeah. I'd lace them up right now.
Well, you mentioned Norcane, and I want to get into Norcane and the fact that we're here at Virga 1947, which is the exclusive watch store that has the Adventure Chrono NHL limited edition Norcane watch. We're going to get all into that. And also thank you for letting us be. It's unbelievable. But, we're here in Milan, like you mentioned, for the Olympics. And just quickly, so many unbelievable Olympic memories for you. You went to 4, which is a Swiss hockey record. Unbelievable. 9 points in your time. You were in Salt Lake City, Vancouver, Sochi, Torino. I mean, all of these unbelievable memories. And now we're here at the Olympics. Does it bring back all those crazy memories? And can you even put into words how cool it is to be able to represent your country on that biggest stage? Because, you had 2 unbelievable quarterfinal appearances in your time, such great runs, beating Canada 2-0. Come on.
A game, holy shit.
I mean, a lot of great memories, and I'm really excited. I'm really happy the NHL is back, the guys. I'm really happy for the players because, those memories, Olympic Games, World Championship is great too, but you're in a hockey bubble.
Yeah.
And the Olympics, it's just, all the sports going on, different athletes, the Olympic Village, opening ceremonies. Mm-hmm. There's just so many things to enjoy, and after you take with you in your career or after your career, and for the families and friends to be part of it.
Huge
it's awesome. Milano is a great city, and for me, looking back, it's tough to put into words because when you play, you just go.
Yeah.
It's everything is so fast. You play. The season is long. It's hard. Then you go to the Olympics. You play quick, and it's just. Especially Torino, which we had like the 20 years anniversary of beating Canada, and then Czech Republic, where I got to score the game winner.
Sure did.
Top shelf on Vancouver.
How are you?
I still watch it sometimes.
Suck it, Vokun.
And great memories. And then especially Torino, we lost against the Swedes 6-2. Tough game. They won gold. They had a hell of a team. Great experience. And then obviously Vancouver playing Canada, losing in shootout with Sid scoring against Hiller. That's a moment I'll never forget. But the atmosphere in Vancouver, like the people, like all hockey and the Olympic Village downtown. Those games for me were just, it was incredible.
Everyone talks about the Vancouver Olympics as being one of the most electric atmospheres ever, especially with the hockey games too. Like that makes sense.
It's just, even, and the great thing was as an athlete or hockey player, Olympic Village, you took the train into downtown. Yeah. And if Canada played, it was like the streets were empty. Every bar, every restaurant was like packed. And it's just, the love for hockey that, they have in Canada, and it's just the passion. And,
it's remarkable.
And everybody's so nice. And when you were, wearing your gear, the Swiss gear, like everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Enjoy, good luck. And it was just those 2 weeks were just magic. Absolutely magic. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. God, I love it.
That is amazing.
All right, let's get into Norcane.
Okay, so like you said, when you finally retire, you got to figure out some other way to spend your time. And actually, pun intended, because you decided to get into the watch game. So talk to us just a little bit about the origin of you and Ben trying to take on this challenge, which was no easy task to launch a new watch brand in a really competitive market. So how'd that get started?
I met Ben at another watch brand, which was was an ambassador. I don't want to name the brand, but I met him, I think it was maybe in 2011, 12, or even before that. And I was, he was in charge of myself, the events, and I got to know him. And then, the company got sold, and he was looking for a new adventure, new challenge. So he quit the brand, he left, and I retired at the same time. So he basically came up to me and said, hey, I like to, found a new watch brand. And I was always passionate about watches. I love the Swiss, the history.
Yeah, of course.
Part of our DNA. And, so I said, let's do it. Roman was part of it too. We decided that in the summertime at the barbecue, having, creating a new watch brand. So I said, perfect timing. I'm retiring. You're looking for a new challenge. Let's go. And, one of the first experience in this industry was the Basel Watch World.
Yes.
So we went together with Ben. We didn't have any product, but we have designs. So we talked to different retailers and, about our ideas and creating a new brand. And everybody is like, good luck.
Good luck.
So on the way back, Ben is like a little bit quiet and not discouraged, but he's like, oof, we didn't get a whole lot of love here.
Yeah.
And I kind of said, Ben, if I made it into the NHL from Switzerland, we can do this. We can do this. It's just, the passion, the commitment, the hard work, the dedication, all those values.
Yeah. You
just bring them along. And I wouldn't have done it if I wouldn't have been convinced in Ben.
Cool.
Ben is an unbelievable guy. He's very passionate, and he just has this thing that he pulls everybody with him.
Yeah.
He's just a leader, and always in a great mood, hardworking, and had a clear vision what he wants to do. And seeing him, the last few years, how he grew as a CEO, as an owner, a founder, it's incredible. And I think the story is remarkable because the industry, it's tough, it's challenging, and the world we're living in, the markets, the wars, COVID, inflation, the currency, like we hit so many challenges on the way. It's like in a sports career, injuries, loss, defeat, you get traded, like it's just like this. It's a roller coaster, but he kept his calm. He's a really smart guy, and he had that. He brings everybody along. He pulls everybody with, and he's demanding too. Yeah. He's demanding. He could be a good coach. Yeah. Because he's very empathic, and he a lot of passion. Definitely. But at the same time, when it's time to have a good talk, he speaks the right words and the hard words sometimes, and he makes decisions sometimes that are hard, but he has a big heart. A huge heart. And if you work hard, you're passionate about the product. If you're an Orcaner, you have all his love. And that's why, for me, it's been an exciting project to learn, after hockey, to dive into a new business, new industry. And obviously now partnering up with the NHL, for me, it's like, I'm back in the show.
Yeah, getting to see the cup. But it's like that passion you talk about. You can see it in the execution. And, we've been so lucky to be able to work with you guys and see the way everything's rolled out. And it's been this run and becoming an official partner and now being at an establishment like this, Ferga 1947 in Milan, with this unbelievable setup, with that exclusive NHL watch that you've made. Seeing it all unfold has been remarkable. And it's clearly, it's so well executed. There's so much thought and care and passion behind it. And that must feel incredible, this new thing that you've poured yourself into, to see it unfolding like this and be received so well, must be such a fulfilling feeling.
Yes, it's unbelievable. It's been a great journey. And I think the beauty about it is it's a team effort.
Yeah.
I think the culture we have at Norcane, it's just remarkable. Yeah. There's a lot of young people, very innovative, very creative, and always, as soon as we accomplish something, we want to go to the next level. Yeah. And it's like playing hockey, and that's the difference between the great players and maybe the average players. At one point, guys get comfortable. They're like, okay,
you're right.
I sign a nice deal. It can happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's nature of a human being, and I think the comfort zone, getting out of the comfort zone is a big theme in hockey, but also in business. Yep. You always, and that's the thing, when you had a good year in January, the clocks are at zero.
Yeah, for everybody.
And
so true.
It's like having a hell of a season or winning the cup, and then, go through the summer, and then as soon as you go to camp, it's just, you have to do it again and again and again, and it's hard work, a lot of dedication, and I think that there's a lot of similarities between pro hockey or sports and the business side of it, which is really it's cool for me, and that's where I can chip in as well.
Definitely.
Did you lay the groundwork to get Sid involved in the pool at the cup party?
I mean, we always kept in touch. Yeah. I mean, he's just a fantastic person, and he has this thing for Switzerland. He likes to come to Switzerland to travel. So met him a few times there. We kept in touch also through Pat, and we kind of approached him with the brand. And I think for him too, he likes the story behind it. Yeah. He's invested. He's an ambassador. He's a testimonial, but. For me, it's just an incredible athlete.
Yes.
It's just the way he carries himself. I mean, the story, like the success he's had, all the trophies, the Stanley Cups, the Hart Trophy, like it's just incredible. But he's a very humble guy, great family, great parents, and it's just amazing for us to having him on board. And right now you can see like how focused he still is.
Oh yeah,
about his career, about being successful, about winning a fourth possible cup.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. All right, well, we got to open the shop up here soon, but should we close Mark out with a few
I'll play a quick
pass shoot scores? All right, so every guest we do a game called Pass Shoot Score, where we give you a few things that we know you're passionate about, and you've got to rank them pass shoot score. Pass is going to be your least favorite of the three. Shoot is a little bit better, obviously, and then scoring is the ultimate goal. So it's basically just a ranking system. So your first one, I know you're a big golfer. Your first one's going to be golf courses. Okay? So it's pass, shoot, score. I'm going to do my best to pronounce some of these.
Pronunciations are tough. Yep.
St. Andrews. That was an easy one. Cran-sur-Sierra. And the Grand Resort Bad Ragaz.
Well, St. Andrews
is your number one.
Yeah.
That's going to be score.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to play St. Andrews last summer.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's just I don't know. It's just you're at T1 there, and you look around, and you just go like,
You're like, don't slice this, please.
It's just if you love golf, if you're passionate about, I think it's bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the history and the feeling. It's magical. It's like the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
You can't lift it.
Yeah.
But you can have a good time.
St. Andrews officially the Stanley Cup of golf courses. All right. So what's your shoot and what's your pass of the other two?
What was the other?
The other two were, oh God, I'm messing this up. It was the Omega European Masters at the Cran-sur-Sierra. This might actually
now there's a wrinkle.
All of a sudden.
I mean, I had the opportunity to play there at the Pro-Am the last few years, and I mean, the course, I mean,
it looked insane.
You know, like talking about history and the golf sport is St. Andrews, but talking about most beautiful golf course with the views, the scenery.
Yeah. It might have been that one.
It's Cran-sur-Sierra, like, for sure.
Damn.
Okay. It's just.
So we got a tight race here.
Yeah.
That's great. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. Here's your next category. I was going to call this category hobbies, but I'm now going to call it just like a perfect sunny day. Okay. Perfect weather, perfect sunny day. Pass, shoot, score. What you'd rather be doing. Perfect bluebird day on the Alps skiing. Perfect bluebird day out on the golf course golfing, or perfect bluebird day crystal clear out on the lake fishing?
I used to fish a lot back in the day. I don't have time anymore, but I still love it. So I would go golf, ski, and fish.
Golf one.
Golf is one.
Fish. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. I thought ski was going to sneak up there.
I know.
But
as much as I love skiing, I feel like the perfect day on the golf course is so hard to beat.
It's
so hard to beat.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit because my wife probably is going to hate me for it, but you know, golf, you can't do it. Well, not yet. We will do it in the future with the family.
Yeah.
But the kids are too young. So right now, golf is usually with my
the boys.
Wife, with the boys.
Yeah.
You know, mostly with the boys. But my wife started too, which is great.
Yeah, that's
and then
awesome.
skiing, we do it as a family. So it's kind of, it's tough to.
It's like your different worlds. This is nice. Yeah.
Different worlds. There's maybe tough to say a 1, a 2, and a 3. But skiing with the kids, if it's a blue day, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, and the kids, they ski, they know how to do it. Like it's incredible. So, and it's summer, winter, you know, it doesn't kind of get into each other. So that's a tough one.
Yes. We got to get the golf hooks in them early. And then it's a family day golfing too. Yeah.
They're in it. They're in it.
Okay. Your last one, and then we'll wrap you up. This one might be tough. This is going to be, the category is the old boys club trips. Okay. So the 3 trips you got are Budapest, Naples, and Ticino.
I would say Naples, Budapest, and Ticino.
Wow.
Because Naples, I went there as a kid with my family. I have a lot of memories, and you know, my parents both passed away in 2019, so going back to Naples is kind of emotionally like,
definitely there's an investment
the city
there.
Is just it's they don't say it belongs to Italy, especially the people in the north.
Yeah,
but Naples with you know, the soccer team, Maradona. The Spanish Quarter.
Yeah,
the Vesuve, the Pompeii, the history. I mean, I was amazed.
Yeah.
It's just that's Naples, Budapest, and Ticino. but the good thing is it's always the same boys.
I was going to say,
tell people about the old boys club.
The boys that go
like,
on
who's
that
the squad?
So it's all guys from my time in Zurich.
Okay.
And, like from a team perspective, the 5 years in Zurich were unbelievable.
Yeah,
we were a great age. We used to go, back in the day, there's no cell phones or nothing. So we had a pretty good time. Yeah. So once I left and the guys were about to retire, we decided, okay, we have to find a way seeing each other.
Yeah.
Because if you don't plan anything, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So we decided to
club.
It's a few guys that played on the team, a few friends that were close to us.
Yeah.
And then it's good. We have the team doctor of Zurich. So it's important to have a doctor.
And he's safe.
Bringing
a doctor on the group trip is so smart.
So
it's incredible.
He comes along.
Yeah.
And so we have this club. Everybody organized. We pull out of the hat, like numbers, and then one guy gets to organize the trip. Nobody knows where we're going. You just go to the airport, you bring your bag, and then
it's so awesome. Does he give you a climate at least? Does he like pack warm, pack cold?
It's just about the temperature.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoes, maybe. Cold.
Nice clothes if you need them.
That is so awesome.
Was Istanbul? Yeah. Bring a lot of that. Was Istanbul an old boys club trip too?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Istanbul was like the trips like we did so far, but Istanbul, Budapest, like Dublin.
Yeah.
Went to Manchester, saw the soccer game.
The Man U game. Yeah, I saw that.
So and Naples, and this year I don't know. Some guys planning it, so we have no clue where we're going. Always the third or fourth weekend in June.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and Split we did one time too.
Nice.
I think we all need an old boys club.
This
is genius.
Who's planning it this year?
It's Edgar Solis. He used to be a defenseman in Zurich.
Okay.
Big stay-home defenseman, physical, and great guy, really good at the bar.
What was the last one you planned?
I did Manchester.
Oh,
nice. Do you have any guesses for Edgar?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
And you know what? The good thing is, like, we obviously do fun cities. But Edgar, the last time he organized it, we went to, which is tough, we went to Krakow, to Auschwitz.
Sure.
And as a kind of a cultural... And... that was a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to,
it's emotional.
It's emotional to learn about the history, but when you walk in there through the gates and you realize what people are capable of doing, the guys were just done for 2 hours.
I believe
it. You walk out there.
It's emotionally taxing.
So, there's obviously it's a fun trip and we go for dinners and drinks and stuff, the whole 9 yards. But we also, we do like some cultural stuff. It's I think it's great and it keeps us really close together. We're such a tight group.
Definitely.
So, I can recommend it to everybody to have I have this club, then I have a few other clubs of golfing. So
the picking,
drawing
the numbers is incredible.
Oh,
I feel like Edgar's going to swing the other way now. This year's Vegas or something. He's like, he's
going to be like this. Surprise, we're going to Milan. And you're going to be like,
I got to level out.
And Europe is great since
it's the best. I think it is my
3-hour flight.
It's so perfect.
Train ride with the train also.
That's cool.
So this club means a lot to me, and it started in hockey. Just a great group of guys, friends, and because the Swiss thing too used to be after every season we used to do a team trip.
Yeah.
So for a week we went to Mallorca, Spain, or Gran Canaria, Mykonos. So it came out of that.
Yeah.
And that's like
Genius.
if you go 20
this,
guys.
yeah.
I mean, it's
incredible.
It's
incredible.
So much fun.
All right. Well, this has been incredible, Mark. Thank you so much for coming on. I want to give another huge shout out to Verga 1947. If you're in Milan, come stop by this unbelievable establishment. It is the only place you can get the NHL limited edition Norcane watch. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to plug or shout out or give a call out to?
No, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. We can do that more often. I think there's more topics we can touch on.
I am certain.
I mean, it's great. It's great experience in Milan. I think I'm just happy hockey is here. It's back with the NHL guys. And I mean, the quarterfinals yesterday, it's just like for hockey. I mean, it's tough for the the losing teams like the Swiss team,
yeah, definitely,
which played a really good game but came up short in OT. But definitely great for our sports, and it says how awesome the athletes, the players are.
Yeah,
it's and amazing. The fans,
and the fans.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
Incredible.
All right, well, let's jump back into it.
Let's go.
Here we go. Huge thank you to Mark Streit. Nothing ever in any interview we've ever had has affected me more or impacted me more than the Old Boys Club.
Oh my God!
I have been spending the last 2 weeks since that interview thinking about I've been putting together an email and I'm thinking about who needs to be on it. And send it to and go, hey, you are my Old Boys Club. We should plan a trip every year.
And it would be cool.
Friends of mine.
If you don't get an email soon, you're not my friend.
I feel really, legitimately, I feel really dumb that I just said this on the pod because there are going to be people.
You want me to cut that out?
There are going to be people. No, we got to keep it in. I got to keep it honest. But there are going to be people who are like, well, I didn't get that email.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
And that's okay. We're friends. You're just not one of my old boys.
Yeah. And what a dude. Also, impeccably dressed always.
Yeah.
Every time I see Mark, I'm like,
he's, I don't know that Mark wears t-shirts.
Yeah.
He's always looking so good. And I do feel as though the majority of the time we see him, we're at events together. But then again, not really. We went to an NHL game and he still looked like a fucking $1 million.
Amazon. He's your new James Bond.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Always
Mark's hot too.
He's hot.
He's a fucking hot dude.
He's a hot dude.
Fuck. Well, hope you enjoyed that. He's the best. All right. Let's get into some not ice.
Yeah, because you promised this last
I
time.
promised this.
Yep.
We got to talk skiing.
Yep.
So CP and I are big skiers. We go skiing every year to various different places. And for the first time, we got the experience to ski the Italian Alps.
Yep.
We took a couple of days off after the gold medal game, as you know, went skiing. And I had such a unique experience, and it was not at all the experience I thought it would be. So
why?
I'd love to tell you why.
Please.
I have been skiing in Europe before, and I found it lovely.
Where'd you go?
I went skiing in Åre in Sweden.
Okay.
It was great. I have not yet skied the Alps.
Yep.
So here we go. It's lovely. We have been told and have seen skiing in Europe is more about groomers and, skiing down the awesome trails rather than...
Can you explain that to somebody who doesn't know skiing and thinks that what you just said was about
the other
Jerry
kind of groomers?
Sandusky or something?
Yeah. No, groomers are when you just take the main trail and you're just cruising down.
Got it.
And I think it's called piste there. Piste and off-piste. Yeah.
And we're big ski the trees guys in the States, in the Rockies and stuff like that, and the Sierra Nevadas. So I was excited to just be ripping groomers. We get to this place in the Dolomites, and it's one of the biggest resorts in the world.
I think it's the biggest.
I think it might be the biggest.
Yep.
And our friend had told Chris, credit to you.
Yep.
Chris did a lot of planning for this. Now, we knew this was going to be at the end of the Olympic run of being on the road for 3 weeks. And I was big on being should we do this?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't easy to get there from Milan. We had to take multiple trains. And then the trip back, our trip back was a 5:30 a.m., 40-minute Uber to a train station where we then took 2 trains and 3 planes to get home. It was a 28-hour travel day.
Gas.
Fucking...
Which one of you is Steve Martin? Which one's John Candy? That's what I want.
I'm John Candy.
Yes.
And
I can see it.
Yep. And dude, it was incredible because I kept literally going, I'd just be on something, plane or train or Uber, and I would just fall asleep. And then I'd kind of wake up, and then there'd be a flight attendant do you want some food? And I'd be like, yeah. And then I would eat it.
Then I have to tell.
And then I'd fall back aslep, and then she'd be like, you want some food?
I
have
to tell the story of the Denver flight. I totally forgot about what I did on the Denver flight. I'll get to it, but so Chris does all the planning for this, which I commend him for. But we get there, and even when we logged off social media, we just were all right, let's enjoy it. I was so fucking tired, and I was like, I can't believe we're going skiing. It's such a bad decision.
Exhausting.
It's exhausting. But we get there, and we get to this hotel. Everyone's amazing at the hotel. We get to the mountain. Our buddy told Chris that we need to do this run. It's called the Celerana run. And it is basic. There's signs everywhere. You get on any lift, any gondola, when you get off, it's like Celerana, this way. And it's basically a massive loop that if you do the full thing, it will bring you right back to where you started. And it touches every mountain and every village on the resort.
So
but
you can
it takes
see the entire resort.
It takes like 4.5 hours. So it was like, if you want to see the whole thing, do the Celerana run.
And to not sue our boy, he wasn't like, you have to do this, but he is part of this huge ski club. He's a huge skier. And they had done this trip 2 years ago. And the guy, the local there, was like, I live here. I know everything. And he sent me like a 30-page doc that was like, here's the things that people think are cool, the tourists think are cool. That's terrible. Skip that. Skip this. Like, it was the most detailed package you could ever get of how to ski the Dolomites.
Correct. So we get there and we rent skis because we didn't want to fly with our skis. We rent our skis, we get on the mountain, and we start going. Let me be clear. This place fucking rocks. It's just it's such an amazing, we're in Italy, but it's so close to Austria and Switzerland. There's Swiss and Austrian people everywhere. There's Russian people there, Italian people there. And I have never in my life seen as many high quality, and I don't mean Michelin, but I just mean high quality bars and restaurants all over the mountain. I'm talking whatever lift you take, there's a bar or restaurant with a different name and a different vibe, unbelievable music. We stopped at one place, I forget the name of it, but we got off one lift and there was this outdoor opera bar and there was like 3 strippers dancing on the bar in like fur coats and bumping to music and all these people, like married couples, like dancing on the tables. And I was like, this is unbelievable. It was a Tuesday.
They do it Tuesdays and Thursdays at that place. And it was very special. It was very special to witness.
It was fantastic.
It'd be freezing this poor
Well, funny you say that. The conditions were not great.
Oh.
We're going up lifts and you can see grass and dirt and mud on many of them. Okay. So the conditions not great.
Great for stripping, not good for
Great for stripping, not great for skiing. Also, it became clear after about an hour into said Celerana run that if you do this and this place, you got to be operating. Like this, I would recommend if you go to the Dolomites, you go with a group of 5 or more. Mm-hmm. Like this was clearly, if you want to have your best life skiing here, it's meant to like do a couple runs and then stop at the next bar. Have an Aperol Spritz, have some Wiener Schnitzel, and enjoy yourself. We were just gassed and not talking because we had just been together for fucking 3 weeks doing this Olympic shit. We're also getting on these gondolas and everyone speaks 50 different languages, so no one's speaking. Dude, it was some of the worst time I've ever had in my life skiing. Aww. Like first of all, doing this full run, you spend 60 to 70% of the time on lifts and gondolas, and then the skiing was subpar because of the conditions. And there were just like man-made moguls everywhere because everyone's chilling. No one's like ripping on this mountain. They're operating.
Yeah.
So you've got all these families with kids, and every section of the mountain you get to where there's like a good little steep drop, you would get to the edge and there's 100 people as slowly as humanly possible navigating the man-made moguls to get through these patches. So like we couldn't even really ski that hard. And I was just like, every time we would ski, have to stop, have to navigate these people. You then get on another lift that's fucking 15 minutes and you get to the top of that gondola ride and you ski 20 seconds to the next lift to go up another lift. And I was just like, what are we doing? It was insane.
He's 100% right about the opera being, and dude, the document was like, plan on a 9-hour day. Like take a 3-hour lunch, like do it, highly recommended. Stopping 50 times. It wasn't like put your head down and finish this bitch.
It was like, it was highlighting all these, it was like, if you don't stop at this restaurant, you're an idiot. And we were just like, we got to just get through the day and ski. Cause we had to come back and we had like travel stuff.
Was this the day before, was this right before you were coming back?
So we did 2 days. And the second day, we did that Celerano run the first day.
Okay.
And like,
at least you had the next day to chill.
Well,
okay, maybe not.
We go out the second day and I was like, what are we doing today? And Chris was like, I want to see this glacier. There's a glacier. It's like
World War I, massive war fought here. Austrian troops dug into the trenches. It's like one of the coolest, most famous ones.
Apparently every year as more of the glacier melts in the summer, new bodies from World War I surface and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we have to do this. Like, I'm not training all the way up here and then not getting to see that.
So I go, great, where is this great glacier? And at this place, there's one Celerano run that is labeled with orange signs, and there's one Celerano run labeled with green signs. And Chris goes, it's on the green Celerano run. And I go,
it's on both because they do the same thing.
They intersect. But he was like, we got to follow the green Celerano. And I was like, how long? And he was like, I don't think that long. Day 2, we do the full green Celerano run. It was another 5.5 hours straight day. And all I said was, can we please at like 1 fucking stop somewhere and have a beer and have food? And we did not do that, sir. And in fact, we got stuck in one tram ride that was like an hour and 45 minutes line. And I was like, I felt like a child. At the end of the day, we were like skiing. We would get to a lift and I'd be like, if this isn't the fucking last lift, I'm going to lose my mind. And we would get off it and then look for the green Celerano sign. And it was like, get immediately on this lift. And I kept looking at him and I was like, I'm going to kill you. I actually.
I mean, one of those dead World War I.
I'm going to stuff you into the glacier and you will be found decades later with Austrian troops.
Dude, when you're traveling overseas and you miss your shot for food, it's devastating because you don't know when it's going to happen again.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
It was such an awesome mountain, and everyone there was incredible. Every restaurant, bar was incredible by the looks of them.
Yeah,
we just didn't. It was a perfect storm of being so tired after the Olympics, only being 2 of us, and not in the mood to operate and rip it. So it was just a night.
I thought I had way more fun than he did, to be very clear. I thought the first day was great.
It was
a good
experience.
Was a bag because like the glacier took so long and wasn't that cool.
Did you see any World War I?
No, and I don't even know.
I was looking though.
Yeah, I don't even know we went the wrong place. I just thought it was going to be more like
a glacier.
Here's the hut where they fought, and here's a literal glacier. And it was just kind of like a run, and I was like, is this it? And they were like, yes. But you are really high up. The view's amazing. The views everywhere were amazing.
We were so high up. Yeah. I was actually, for the first time in my life, on the tram. I was not loving the heights. Yeah. I was like, holy fuck.
We were up
We're
there.
way up.
Fucking windy, dude. I was like, yo. But my experience, because I'm glad we did it. I wish we had stopped to booze more. So the problem is
I'd like to echo that. Could not agree more.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did it. High recommend, would go back. As crazy as that sounds.
Maybe not after 2 weeks of Olympics.
Yes.
Because I think we were my boy who did this was with these people who knew their shit and how to get around. Because there was a few moments where we're like, are we going the right way? Because, dude, if you don't finish the loop, you now the lift shut off and you are on the wrong side of the biggest mountain range in the world. Yeah. So you're like, my 30-minute drive back to my hotel is now a 4-hour drive because I'm on the wrong side.
The only way out is through.
So we were freaking about making sure we finished. And I think if I had done this before, I would have known we're good. We have plenty of time.
Well, have you ever, when you're like go on a hike and like going the one way, you're always like, and it feels so long because you don't know what it is.
Exactly.
And then when you come back, you're like, oh, this is 20 minutes.
It's not that
I've
bad.
already done it. But in your head, it feels like it's forever.
Yes. So I was tweaking about that, which hurt our chances of stopping because we were just in the unknown. We were lost.
Yeah.
But my takeaway, dude, was that, and we ski a fair amount, but in the States, dude, or in North America, I guess, people are rarely on runs that they shouldn't be on. There's very rarely are there people on blues or blacks that are very new to skiing because they're like, I'm not going over there. I can read the signs. Right. In Europe, or in my one experience in Europe, it's like, I think they think the signs are just for show. The colors are for, they're like, oh.
Did you see people eating shit the whole time?
Bro, everywhere we went, I'm on these like insane black runs and people are like, it's like, no, it was crazy. I'm like, why are you on this trail?
There were people who were just more or less sliding on their butt down the entire run. And I was like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And
they were trying to go to the strip club.
I also think there's no,
as fast as possible.
There's no etiquette, dude. The European skiers are fucking terrorists trying to get on the lifts, get on the gondolas. They're just like everyone's cutting everybody. Yeah. No one cares. And I'm like, is there a line?
It was kind of lawless. I agree with that,
dude. I was like, what is happening? That blew my mind. And dude, we had these, you've seen them, these really official Team USA backpacks that they gave us, which was awesome. But dude, I don't know if it was that or what, but it's like we had the fucking plague. Like everyone's pounding into gondolas, and then finally a gondola would get to first line, and Dan and I would get in it, and everyone would just stand there and let it go with just us in it. And I was like, no. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was
very weird. I was like, oh, fuck.
It was insane, dude. I was like, are you intimidated, but you hate the U.S.? Possible. Are you intimidated because you see our shit, and you're like, oh, I think they're like...
Were you guys taller than most?
Oh, yeah.
Most, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
it was so
maybe they
funny.
Were afraid.
We'd get on like 6-person chairlifts alone. Just to do it.
I do think that there was an element of like, given that we had the same backpack on, it almost, you know how sometimes you're on a mountain and it looks like two lifties are doing something and you're like, I don't know if they're working. Yeah. I kind of want to let them do their thing. Yeah. There was a world where people were like, are they training? Or like, are they...
No one would touch us with a 10-foot pole, dude.
I mean, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, sounds good.
Maybe you guys smelled bad from racing so hard to get
Very
to these
possible,
spots.
Dude.
Like,
I've seen these guys.
So true.
Finished
so
round in 3 hours. It was insane.
I mean, listen, I think Opry is the move in Europe, especially in the Alps, and it was
I thought orange was way better than green, too.
Completely agree.
Because you can go either way, you know? And
that tram was one of the worst experiences of my entire life.
Yeah. That we didn't need. That was the side quest. That sucked.
The line was just
super crowded on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like,
there had to have been a bunch of post-Olympic people, too.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Could have been.
There could have been.
I almost nuked a 8-year-old girl.
Okay, before we get
into...
It was
insane, dude.
Yeah, that was... Oh, my God.
You almost got somebody?
Bro.
Evan.
Took him out?
It was...
Was that on the glacier?
I'm having a stroke. It was on the glacier run, and it was kind of the first time where we had a lot of space to really go. Talking about no etiquette, this woman and her daughter, I assume, were going down, and they were just cutting all the way across the trail.
Whoa.
Like,
truly like, fine.
Left to right. But Chris is just bombing. And this girl and this woman are just coming, and like she stopped for a second, and Chris was like, okay, I have a lane, so he just kind of tucked and went, and then she was like, no, I'll keep going. And it was truly like a whoosh.
Dude, I saw it.
Oh my God.
Because I was scanning because I was skiing fast, but I saw it happening, and I was like, okay, like Dan said, I was like, we're good. Because they'd been over here.
And once you committed, and she then kept going, I was like, there's no way to stop it. So I was like, oh.
That's what happened. She kept going, and I was still pretty high up, but I was just going so fast, and I was like, I can't stop. So I just like dug in so hard, and I was like I'm bouncing. Dude, she at any moment if she turned back, it would have been completely fine, but she just kept coming, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
I think your skis clipped. It was so close. I was behind him, and when it happened, I audibly went, oh. I was like, that was almost, dude. And we almost added a body to the glacier.
Yeah.
It was so scary.
I also kept going so far and fast because I wanted to be just a bit
get away.
I was like, I don't want anyone to be like, fuck you.
Yeah. Get away from the scene of the crime.
Go. Fucking USA
Holy
backpacks,
hell.
you know, they're like these.
It's like when you cut
pricks.
somebody off in traffic, you're like, I just got to go as fast as possible now so they don't catch up to me.
So, okay, my last thing before we get into a fun little topic, I mentioned the flight from Denver. So we flew from Venice to Munich, Munich to Denver, Denver to LA. The Munich to Denver flight, I only slept for an hour and a half at the end of that 10.5-hour flight because it was like our normal day. Fuck you. As far as you're remembering what happened, as far as Italy time, I think when I fell asleep, it was like 11 p.m. Right. So like, I didn't like take any sleeping pills or anything. I was just awake on that flight. And then I slept for like an hour and a half to end it. We then get in Denver, we like sit in the lounge for a second, and then we get on our flight. Dude, that is like a 2-hour flight, Denver to LA, maybe a little bit more, 3. I fucking passed out on that flight harder than I have maybe in my entire life. I had my eye mask on, I had like my hat pulled down, and I got upgraded to first class on this flight, and it's like not that big of a plane, but I'm in like the second row.
But also importantly, he got upgraded post having sat down. So already on this flight, someone has approached him and been like, hey, you can come up here. So Dan's like, oh, okay. And then like gets his shit and moves up.
I fall asleep on this plane and I don't even like realize. I mean, I put my eye mask on, but I was like, I don't know if I'll fall asleep. And then next thing you know, I was in a coma. I wake up to a flight attendant ferociously hitting my shoulder. Like she's hitting me because I'm clearly so asleep. And I finally come to, and I take my hand up and I lift my eye mask up, and she's going like this at me. She's like beckoning me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm so out of it. And I'm looking at her just waving at me that I fucking unbuckle my seat belt, and I legitimately was like, she's bringing me up to the cockpit, dude. I was like, is she bringing me to the cockpit? Like, is this like they're like, hey, sir, like you've been upgraded to first class. We want to give you
can fly the plane.
We want to give you the full flight experience.
Yeah.
So I was just so out of it that I like stood up and I walked up to like where the cockpit is. And she was like, sir, sit down. We're landing. And I was just like,
Jesus.
oh, she was literally going, bring your seat up. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right. Sorry. Dude, I turned around and sat down, and the guy who was sitting next to me was looking at me like, are you about to hijack the plane?
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Check your pocket for box cutters.
I can't remember the last time I was that delirious from being tired. And I was like, what is happening?
You had to have been so deep into that sleep. Like,
dude,
'cause you're what, 2-3 hours in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was ready to like make a speech to the plane. I have no idea what this woman wants, but I'm ready to go. Whatever you need, babe. Like, here we go. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. I was laughing the whole time we were landing. It's awful.
I'm a moron.
Okay, before we get into a beer league hotline and a blind ranking to close out this episode, needed, especially with you, Ev, we've got to talk about the appearance from supposedly Jim Carrey this weekend.
So, have you seen any of this?
I've seen the rumors going around.
So all I saw, because I'm usually not tuned into this shit, but all I saw was that they were like, "Oh man, Jim Carrey got so much Botox. They've replaced Jim Carrey," and this happens, dude. It's Hollywood, right? Like the Ryan Gosling showed up for the fucking Fall Guy thing and had a bunch of fillers in, you know, and you're like, damn it, dude. Like and it goes away or whatever. But I was just like, fuck. So I heard Jim Carrey does the shit, and I'm like, whatever. I didn't even look. I just heard the rumors. Then I started to see a bunch of shit on my feeds of someone being like, Jim Carrey is left-handed. And then if you watch this event from this weekend, was it SAG Awards? Is that where he was?
No, he was at some award show in France.
Yeah.
That's why he was
right,
speaking French famously.
Yes.
I'm assuming because he's Canadian, he knows at least a
so
little bit.
He's in Paris walking out signing a ton of autographs right-handed. And they're like, this isn't him.
I didn't catch that.
Dude, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then... And again, this is all the things I've seen.
Yeah.
And then they start doing the like, yeah, dude, literally like the government has replaced him for speaking out against, you know,
the
Epstein and all
Illuminati and fucking pedos and all that shit. Yeah.
Today.
Which, another reason why he's the fucking best.
Yeah. And then today, this makeup guy, have you seen this?
No.
This makeup artist today has come forward being like, yes, it was me. Like I went, he does this, he's done this many times. He does incredible prosthetics and impersonates real people. And he's like, yeah, it was me. Like, it's on his Instagram page now. He's like, look, I was doing Jim Carrey.
You know, when he did Man on the Moon and he would go out as
the
Tony
Andy Kaufman
Clifton
thing?
Yeah. He would go as Andy Kaufman's alter ego.
Right.
So maybe he's doing that in real life now.
So he showed a picture of the mask he made. He's like, it was me. But now people are going, the government did replace Jim Carrey, but we now all caught them. So then they paid this guy to go, yes, I was impersonating him, when actually Jim Carrey is dead and has been...
Don't say that.
So now people are going... oh my God, it was him. But then all the comments on that one are going, until the real Jim Carrey shows proof of life, I don't believe it was this guy.
Have we considered that he's simply wearing the mask?
God, can you imagine? Okay, so I have not been privy to this,
dude.
But I started seeing in the comments, people were going, they got him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're saying that he's like been killed and this is an impersonator. But then I started seeing all this clone shit.
Yeah, they cloned him.
And have you ever heard of this?
The concept of cloning?
Well, apparently it's like a big Hollywood conspiracy.
Oh, that people are being cloned?
And so I Googled it and I was like, Hollywood cloning people, ? And apparently people think this happened to Selena.
Yep.
I think, remember Soulja Boy?
Yeah,
I thought
he's
so.
been cloned?
There are a bunch of people who think that Soulja Boy has been cloned. Kanye has been said to have possibly been cloned.
Oh, he got cloned and it made him nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's like
I didn't get the brain right.
The conspiracy is that some of these people start speaking out against stuff, and then they come and take you and they clone you, so no one knows any different, and then all of a sudden you stop speaking out about stuff. but I've seen a bunch of clone stuff. Like his eyes look different.
Dude,
I just think it's plastic surgery. Come on.
I think,
but as a guy, so I saw someone say this, as a guy who's made his entire living off of his facial expressions.
Rubber face?
Yeah,
right. Like he's so good at that. And then also has spoken out so much against being superficial.
But I always hate that take because I'm like, we don't fucking know Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
like
true.
everyone's like, this Jim wouldn't do that, and I'm like, you don't know Jim.
He might.
He might.
Yeah, I think people. There's just the sad truth is there's just so much pressure to appear to be young.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna
Dude,
get the.
You wake up
surgery.
one day and you got a turkey neck, and you're like,
It's all over.
If I had the money, I would do it.
maybe I'll change my tune on plastic surgery. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But I think that this whole thing has been so interesting. And if we got clones walking around, that would be crazy.
I mean,
And I'm always so curious on these conspiracy theories because let's be real. I feel like we've seen some conspiracy theories over the last 15 years feel like they're very real today.
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks.
yeah.
So it would suck to find out that this is real. If people
To
are
me,
getting cloned.
but to me, that the part of this conspiracy theory that I think does make it a little hard to swallow is sort of the science fiction aspect of it.
Yes.
But
Who knows?
Man, who does know?
All
Crazier
I
things
know
have
is I
happened.
miss Jim, and I love Jim. I think Jim's the greatest comedian of our time, and it would suck if he got snatched.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
dude.
Like,
That's
that
what
would
I'm saying.
suck.
And I need to
But
know, I gotta
sometimes he
find
does
this
those
kid.
interviews, like that Kimmel interview he did, or episode he did,
Yeah.
and then he had another one at some award show where when he was like, "This is the most meaningless thing." I asked myself, "What is the most meaningless thing I could come to?" And it's this.
Wow.
But it's all about like he's like Hollywood is terrible, and he spoke out on like vaccines and stuff and the medical industry. Like the guy's he's got morals.
Yeah.
And they might have snatched him for it.
Dude, I'm telling you. So this is the dude who does, this is the guy, but
He's actively saying that was him.
he does these masks and he goes like this.
The masks we wear.
He goes, here's me as Jim, and he's like, here's the mask I made.
Oh my God. He's like he's genuinely actually
it's
like
his
it was
thing.
me.
Yeah, and he's like, it was me. I was there. And then people are like, unless Jim Carrey himself says something, I don't fucking believe this.
But how would you even know to believe that? Also with AI.
And like, why would he have a Jim Carrey mask and wig that he was wearing in Paris?
The right-handed, left-handed thing is actually the craziest thing so far that I've heard.
Could that just be though somebody flipping their image when they edit?
Good point.
Horizontally flip.
Good point. Could have just been a video flip.
He could have been
Yes,
a video.
very
I don't
good,
know.
very
Also,
good, very good, very
maybe
good.
he does. But maybe the plastic surgery affected the nerves in his hand, and he had to use his other hand.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Clones. People. I have identical twin.
Do you think
friends.
clones are real?
I think.
They cloned a sheep in like the late 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We can clone.
The
it.
Scottish people have been really fucking quiet about that.
Yeah.
I feel like they were on it for a while, and then all of a sudden they stopped talking about it, and that's usually a sign of like, did you figure it out and you're not telling us?
Yeah, somebody took the tech and now they're using it in a government conspiracy.
I fear every day, Ev, that so much of that technology and aliens and cloning and we're just way more advanced than the general public.
Aliens
knows.
are real. They had that interview with Obama, and he's like, aliens are real.
Oh yeah, and he was like, didn't he say he was like, they're not in Area 51?
No, they're not. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Why don't we talk? Of all the shit that we get obsessed with online and start talking about, how is President Obama going?
No follow up.
Going, aliens are real, by the way. Why didn't we get why aren't we all talking about that? That's awesome.
Talking about Jim
We got to
Carrey.
start talking about fun shit more.
Yeah.
That's a fun topic.
is.
Hey, Instagram and TikTok algos. Let's talk about Obama going, aliens are real.
Yeah.
That's a fun topic. Fucking Jesus.
Oh my God, dude.
I need
Release
that.
everything. Release everything.
All right, Ev, let's wrap this episode up. Get us into a beer league hotline.
We have a teammate with a French onion dip obsession. Okay.
Hold on.
You want me to repeat that?
Nope. I just want to say this is about as in as I can get this early in a beer league hotline. Like I'm not even sure if anything can get me off of this guy's side. Keep going.
He hid his obsession from his wife.
Still on his team.
The other night, he fell asleep at 2 a.m. with a tub of French onion dip resting on his stomach. His wife caught him, and now he's no longer allowed to eat chips and dip, which has really hurt his morale. But he was our leading scorer before his life blew up. Okay. Do we keep him on the team despite this problem? And if so, how do we help him get through this? Oh wow,
dude.
His life has blown up.
His life has
to be
very clear.
To be clear,
He is, dude. He's out now. You'll never get to eat that again,
his wife
dude.
has
You will
imploded.
never get to eat that again.
This is one that I'm like, this cannot be real, but I need to believe that it is.
let's assume they're all real.
How falling asleep with, I also love the use of tub, because I want to know how big that tub of French onion dip is. Like, do they sell tubs of, like, did you go to Costco and get like a family style one and that's what you're eating?
Depends on how big the guy is, I guess.
Yeah, is this dude not fat shaming here, but is this dude huge? Like, is that why it's a problem? Or is this, I mean, this guy's playing beer league. Like, he's active.
Leading scorer.
He's active. He's the leading scorer. Is it just to the point where his wife is like, dude, you eat so much French onion dip, it's a problem?
Yeah, well, I think she's just finding out how much of a problem it is. She didn't even know. And she goes, "Oh, honey, did you fall asleep with the tub?" And he goes, but then I think it was like everywhere, you know, like I think it was like, he's like,
He was our
I think
leading,
he's like Winnie the
Poohing, yeah. He's just spooning it with his hand. That's a problem. He was our leading scorer before his life blew up.
Yep.
Do we keep him on the team despite this problem? Yes, of course you keep him on the team.
We need to support our
but
friends.
But guys, I think this is the most cut and dry, easy answer beer league hotline of all time. You just bring chips and French onion dip to the game.
Yeah.
So when you have post locker room beers, he also gets, that is where he enjoys his French onion dip.
But don't you think that if he goes home breath reeking like a French onion and his wife goes, "Have you been eating dip?" And he has to now you're making him a liar again and you blow up his marriage. She's been banned from
You got to
eating
give
dip.
him some mouthwash
Yeah.
afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. There are ways to combat the breath.
Yeah.
And also, what say in the room, stay in the room. We don't need to call him a liar for enjoying some post-game French onion dip. And also, it's like having post-game beers. You just burned a lot of calories playing the game. You deserve a treat.
Yeah. Okay.
Does he have high cholesterol? Why is she so upset? Well, if he's obsessed, I mean, I
He has
get
an
it.
obsession.
I think that this might be a bigger issue than we could ever possibly
Yeah, this
imagine.
goes deeper.
I think that this woman is not a tyrant. I think she sees a legitimate issue here. And we are now enabling this issue.
Yeah.
But we got to get the stats back up, brother.
We do. This is the beer league hotline. This isn't the fucking cholesterol hotline.
It's true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you make a rule where it's like, okay, no French onion dip unless you're at beer league, then I think that's a nice compromise.
That's compromise.
Because
That's
then
marriage.
it solves her issue and the team's issue.
Yeah, likely it's once a week. That's you know,
that's
that's
reasonable.
cutting back.
That's marriage.
Can't go cold turkey.
Yep.
You know, we got to go cold French onion dip.
Yeah.
Once a week in the locker room with the fellas.
Okay, keep him on the team. Encourage him to get a compromise with the missus about, well, I will only eat French onion dip at beer league.
Yeah. And you can even start it out with, and only if we win.
Well,
because that is going to incentivize him to score more.
Yeah, okay.
The one alarming thing here is no one has mentioned chips at all.
Dude, right.
Is he just eating it with a spoon?
That's what I was saying. I
what's
think he's Winnie the Poohing it.
If this is like, you know, there are those people who love ranch so much that they're just borderline drinking it.
Psychos.
I worry that this guy might be that style.
Yeah.
Like he might be eating this with a spoon.
Our buddy Shane calls pizza a ranch shovel.
Oh God.
It's disgusting.
I have a friend like that too, and I love him. But every time he puts ranch on stuff, I'm like, this is not meant to have ranch.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Man, I got into that rhythm in college. I would put we get pizza and be like, and ranch, obviously. And then I got out of college and I was like, why in the world was I ever doing that?
Yeah.
And I would go as far as to say, and I'm not ranch shaming. We don't shame on this podcast. I don't know that there's anything that I love ranch on anymore.
You grew out of it.
Yeah.
If I'm getting tenders, I'd rather honey mustard. I'd rather barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue, baby.
People who dip their fries in ranch, I'm like, what are we doing? I don't think I like ranch on anything.
What's the garlic mayo? Fucking
aioli?
Yes, garlic aioli. Come on, that beats ranch every time.
Of course,
in my opinion.
Of course. But I am a purist. We're getting off topic here. I am a purist when it comes to fries. I know a lot of these bougie restaurants in LA, they like to give you some sort of a garlic aioli or
you don't
chipotle
like that.
aioli. And I'm like, just give me Heinz ketchup with my fries.
I'm a psycho. I can eat fries with nothing.
If it's the right fry, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. All right,
we're digressing.
let's close out this ep with a nice blind ranking.
Okay.
What do we got?
We are doing Team USA players.
Okay.
Team USA hockey players at the Olympics this
From the
year.
Olympics.
And I think it's their Olympic performance, like how
Yeah.
you felt about them at the Olympics.
Okay. Team USA men's Olympic performance blind ranking.
And I'm not adjusting anything about this.
You
This is
have
the
your
order I've
5.
set. Yes. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Jack Hughes.
Dude, hard not to go 1 because of the
Jack
I thought
would
he
even
was the best in the group stages. Like in the group stage, I was like, he's incredible. He's having an incredible tournament. And then a little quiet maybe in the or no, he had 2 sick goals in that Slovakia game, right?
Yeah, he had the sick bank off the back of the goalie.
Yeah. So I'm like, and then the golden goal, obviously.
Yeah.
There's someone who had a better performance in one game, obviously. I'm not saying names yet, but
I think
overall tournament,
I think it's crazy for you to limit that to 1 game.
he was just especially incredible in that one game.
I could go as low as 3 here.
What?
Whoa.
I could. I think Jack would agree too.
No, he wouldn't.
I think he would. I'm happy to go 2.
I will not go 3.
Okay, 2.
He got his fucking teeth smashed out.
He
and
sure
scored
did.
the golden goal.
He sure did. 2.
2.
Jake Gensel.
I could go 5.
It's
Look
not
at the
higher than
stats.
4. It's not higher than 4, so I'm with you because
Yeah.
it could have been better. But he had a few good moments. He also
He's an incredible player.
got fucking murdered.
Yeah.
Late interference, late hit, which is fucking insane. That's one of my funniest memories of the whole tournament was Jake Gensel just getting fucking blindsided without the puck for 10 seconds. I was like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to go 5.
He's so good at the sport.
How about a 4? How about a 4 there?
Yeah, I could be happy with 4.
Let's go 4.
Okay, 4.
Vincent Trocheck.
I think
See,
I
I
have
think-
to go 5 now because
I think that
of who
you've-
we need to save.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that Trocheck was necessarily much better than Gensel. I think Vinny was a fucking Swiss Army knife. Did everything they asked him. He got a ton of ice time.
Yeah, I want to ride for Vinny Trocheck hard because he was such a role player and played his role perfectly. I think he should be very proud of himself.
He should be. He is.
But I'm fine to go 5 here because you have put us in a bad spot.
But you're not that mad. If Gensel was 5 and Vinny was 4, you wouldn't, like, whatever. We're splitting hairs.
Yeah, we're splitting hairs. So 5.
Yeah.
I feel
5.
bad about that, but I want to put them all 1.
There are no losers on this list.
Yes.
That's correct.
Because they won.
We all won
They're literally
gold
all
medals.
gold medal.
Okay. Brock Nelson.
Okay.
Daddy Brock. 3.
I think we have to go 3 just out of fear, but I want to give so many flowers to Brock. I thought he was fucking money.
He is literally he has a heritage of gold.
It's incredible, dude. And he, after 4 Nations and this tournament, I just cannot say enough nice things about
and
Brock
if
Nelson.
he better be on the team in 4 years, and then he better get going on kids and nephews and nieces because we need Brock Nelson's lineage in the men and women's team for the rest of time.
3.
Who's our 1?
Oh, so we only have 1 left. Okay, yeah. Who's 1?
Say him.
Austin Matthews.
And dude, actually, Austin had a way better.
Austin was
than 4
fantastic.
Nations. Like everybody,
Austin
including
was
me.
fantastic.
I remember when we did this blind ranking after 4 Nations with Oshie, and he put Austin pretty low. We all did because we were like, he just, he didn't have the best tournament. He's still great. He didn't have the best tournament. Austin Matthews had a great fucking tournament. And do I think he should be ahead of Jack Hughes? No.
But he was
he had a great
fantastic. I
tournament.
don't feel bad about this at all.
Yep.
Don't feel bad about
He
that.
captained them.
Captain America
captained
fucking
them
won
to
a gold
the-
medal,
to the gold.
dude.
And you ask the boys, they say he's our leader and he's a winner.
That's my 1 any day.
Boom.
I'm fine with that.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Wow.
All right, that wraps it up for this episode. Hope you enjoyed Mark Streit. Unbelievable guy. We're going to be dial into all of the trade deadline stuff coming up this week. We've got some great interviews coming up with some of our Olympic medalists. It's going to be amazing. Guys, do us a favor. Go toss some 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple. Subscribe. Do all the things. We love you. Can't wait to see you for the rest of the week. It's going to be some fun stuff. And until we see you next episode, CP, tell them what to do. Skate hard.